stop hitting the buttons when the man's on there showing the beer, man.
I was trying to
talking.
unmute ourselves so I can hear it.
You would think you would know it by now. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back.
Oh, did they hear us?
Thursday night. I these are Todd reading off something about mushrooms or peppers or something.
Oh, I was reading the contents in the beer I'm drinking, or about to drink.
There's mushrooms in the beer?
No, there ain't mushrooms in the beer.
Oh,
what are you
okay.
hearing?
Was it peppers?
What was you doing?
You
Yeah,
did say mushrooms.
No, it was habaneros.
Oh, I thought you said mushrooms too or something. I don't know. I thought you were like talking about something you were going to grill
It's
or something.
like where's you on vacation at? You got your mind on mushrooms.
Well, not anywhere where they had the mushrooms at. I wasn't like out by the Joshua tree or anything. So.
I'm not brave enough to do mushrooms. I really am not.
Although
I'll try anything once, but probably not.
You wouldn't do mushrooms?
No.
Why? What would make mushrooms like you probably wouldn't want to do mushrooms?
Because I'm like, my brother did mushrooms and he hallucinated.
He used to grow mushrooms.
And he had this whole like bad experience, and I'm like, that don't sound like fun. Like,
well, you can definitely hallucinate. Oh, Shannon hasn't been here since we add a little music in the background. So
he went through a phase where he was growing mushrooms, and I think it was Machine Gun Kelly or somebody. Was it Machine Gun Kelly? Like every time he'd come to us in the area, he wanted to get his mushrooms. Somehow or another, he got his mushrooms. He's like, they're the best mushrooms I've ever had.
yeah. Because my brother loves to tell this story. So I always told my brother, I'm like, if you need me, you call me, no matter what time of day. So I had to work the next day, and I was in bed, and my phone rang, and he was like, Shannon, like, I need you to come and get me. I took mushrooms. I'm in the middle of the street, and the cops are coming, and there's dogs. And I'm like, dude, I got to work tomorrow. Talk to Todd.
Wasn't that like Smokey? That was like Smokey and Friday when he got too high and he was running down the street in his underwear.
Oh, it was.
I would pick him up. Which was only like less than a mile from our house. I drove down the street, and he's standing there going, waving. He's like, I knew it was you. I was like, well, what if it wasn't me? That was like 3, 4 in the morning. I was like, what are you doing? Just get
So my brother loves to remind me of that story. I'm like, literally, if Todd wasn't there, I probably would have came and get you. But he don't like it.
He's like,
Todd's got it.
No, he's like, I'm not calling you for nothing because you ain't coming. I'm gonna call him.
And he always calls you for anything.
Every time he does.
He don't even call me. He calls Todd. Yeah.
It's all about the family memories, right? So.
Yeah.
But welcome to everybody in the chat as well. As you can see, kind of just starting off rambling already. We got Shannon in the house tonight, so
you know that's gonna happen.
this is gonna be Shannon's show. So we'll let her roll.
I feel like I'm so sad for you all that like this is like Shannon. Okay, it's gonna be good tonight. Like I'm not that great, so like
you're awesome.
In your mind,
you're awesome.
Your shit goes way up when you're on the show than it is when.
No,
like more people comment,
but you two
like
are
it's all.
you know. But here's
they're tired of our old asses though.
No,
we're gonna get you a fan club called the Shannonettes.
Yeah, hey, there you go.
I'll check in when I feel like
We'll
it.
get you shirts and everything.
I'll check in when I feel like it.
Shannonettes.
No,
I like that.
it sounds like from like 60s on Grease or something. That sounds like lame, Rod. Like you can come up with a better name than that.
The Shannonettes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's got a little chime to it.
Yeah.
I feel like I would be the head of the crocheting club if that was my name.
That'd be like the Rockettes.
Don't knock crocheting. Don't knock it.
No. I went through a phase where I crocheted and I knitted and.
Let's back up the phase part of that. It was like 3 days. I'm not sure that's a phase.
But
That's
it
a
took
quick
like
phase.
6 days for my supplies to come in.
Yeah, and then it
Supply chain issues.
Yeah, and then
Supply-
she crocheted like a whole square. She was gonna make a blanket.
Oh,
like,
no.
I'm way bigger than like a 5 by 5 inches. Like, I can't cover up with this.
No, I knitted a whole blanket with a bunch of squares, and it wasn't like even.
I know.
You sure you
And then
didn't pick it?
away.
And then you were done. That was
And then I
it.
Sure you didn't pick it up at Joann Fabrics and just do a couple pieces on?
I
Like,
went
look
to
what I
Joann.
did.
I went to Meyer. They have these like knitting needles that have like a rope, so they're always connected and you don't lose one. Like I was totally into it, and it was fabulous while it lasted.
Wow, those 4 days are the best 4 days ever.
Yes.
Hey, but isn't it good to have some joy and fun for 4 days than to never have those 4 days?
Well, yeah, but I can't
At
see all
least
that
it
much joy
lasted-
and fun of just crocheting. I mean, that'd be some crazy
4
crocheting
days.
taking place.
Lasted longer than your rock excursion lasted.
I painted rocks. I crocheted. I scrapbooked. I was a photographer. My grandma always said,
You
"You're
got
the."
many trades.
No, my grandma always said, "You're the jack of all trades, but the master of none." I'm like, that's probably true.
That saying is more fitting for you than anybody ever.
Yeah, like I learned a little bit. Like I'm really into astrology right now, though, and I've been into astrology for quite a while.
For a long time. But that's just,
I bought a bunch of books.
that ain't have to do with anything else. That's not
Well,
because one day you're just like, I want to do this like everything else.
Yeah, but at least
you have always been interested in
But
that, so.
I've always, so I do have something that I've like carried on,
Yeah.
and
Sure.
never. I give up on everything, but not astrology.
Well, you are quite the dabbler, that's for sure.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
dabbler. That's
I
even,
am a dabbler.
That's even a better term.
the dabblerettes, yeah. Shout out to Vanessa in the house. What is going on, Vanessa? Happy Thursday to you. And Bart's in the house. Cheers, Bart. Happy
Bart?
Thursday to you as well, my friend. You got Gilbert in the house. Cheers, fools.
EG.
What is up?
Eric Gilbert, the fucking master of memes. Like,
His Facebook is fucking funny.
literally the only reason I get on Facebook is for Eric Gilbert.
He just posts some funny shit on there.
Gilbert puts some shit out there sometimes. I'm like,
Yeah,
Is it-
he is like,
he said, I can't believe anyone would take shrooms. I don't know, Gilbert. I see some of the shit you post, and I'm like, where did he pull this from?
You're right.
sometimes people are just high in their mind and they don't need any substance.
Well, he is tall, so.
That was like 4 or something, 6'5" or something.
Something like that.
What's up, Blake?
I know he's Canadian lumberjack size, so. Cheers to Blake in the
He
house.
should have a TikTok. Some of my favorite TikToks are Canadian lumberjacks.
I can't imagine what Gilbert would put on his own
Really?
TikTok. If he had a TikTok, I can only, it'd be, he might get
He'd get
banned like the
reported.
first day. Like,
Yeah, right. He'd be on like 5 minutes to be gone. He would never follow her. They'd be like,
they're like, what do you think this is? MySpace? Get that shit out of here.
No, but no, if you watch TikTok, it's like this shit's getting taken down. Follow me on Instagram, and then they'll put all the shit on Instagram.
oh, yeah.
But Instagram's owned by Facebook, so they'll put you in Instagram jail too or some shit, probably. Take away
We
your
are
page.
all such little bitches. We are such little minions. We're all talking about Instagram and Facebook. We're just following line like a bunch of marching ants. Like that's bullshit. We are just drinking the Kool-Aid is what we're doing.
But not the Jim Jones Kool-Aid.
Well, we don't know. No, but maybe we are.
If it is the Jim Jones Kool-Aid, we're lasting a lot longer than the people that went to see him down there. I'm just saying. It's a slow settling in of the Jim Jones
That's because
Kool-Aid.
his Kool-Aid was kicked up a notch.
His shit was
They
like
all
instant,
wore Nikes.
his was instant quick. Like
Yeah, but you want to be the Jim Jones of your own cult sometime.
No,
no,
but
that
here's
was,
the
you're
thing.
talking about Heaven's Gate with the Nikes. They even took longer than Jim Jones.
But here's the thing. It's like, yes, I would love to be a cult leader, but every cult leader that I've ever known gets like corrupted. And I don't want to get corrupted. So
Well, most of them are corrupt
She just
people
wants
anyway.
Vanessa to form it because she has all the things you need at her place. You just want to run it.
I really don't want to run anything.
Oh,
I
you
want to,
don't?
I mean, I kind of.
You want to put your
Okay, I just figured it out. I just
Uh-oh.
figured it out.
Here
I
we
want to
go.
go to a cult that was my like blueprint of a cult, but I want to be in that cult. I don't want to run that cult.
Well, that's kind of what I'm saying, but you don't
Yeah.
want to run it.
Yeah, I don't wanna
But
run
you
it.
You want it to
I
be-
want to be there, but I don't want to run it because I
You
don't
would have
like
set it up and not
responsibility.
run it.
No, I don't like responsibility.
Yeah.
Too much pressure.
But you'll
I don't
set
like-
it up.
Yeah.
But if you set it up, you take another responsibility of setting it up.
Well, that's why I wouldn't set it up. Maybe I can put a bug in somebody's ear and say, like, this would be the best life ever. And then they could run with it. And then I could join that cult.
What?
You wouldn't be-
Great idea.
You wouldn't be a supervisor, not the owner. You wouldn't
No,
put in
I
somebody
don't
else.
want no
No,
fucking
you wouldn't be
help.
a supervisor. Have somebody build it, But you don't want to be the owner and have to worry about running it.
No,
you just want to be the middle person. Give them the idea, make them build it, and make the other people worry about it. Isn't that what supervisors do?
It's not a simile or it's a fuck. It's like when you say something, you relate it to that, and it's like.
Oh, you're talking about like the telephone gang thing or whatever.
No, it's a word from an English class, and it's like it's not a simile. It's a I don't know. Just
like the adjunct or something. Like you wouldn't be
a metaphor. Yes.
Oh, you would be a metaphor.
A metaphor.
I thought you wanted to be like a thing to connect the two or something.
That's like another saying for.
Yeah, it's
something.
like. But I already. It took me
metaphor is analogies.
Yeah, analogy. But it took me so long to remember the word analogy. I don't remember the analogy I was going to say.
But analogy is something else, an image of something else, though. So.
Well, yeah, it was like, how do you relate? It's like, okay, you want to be it was about the Hilton. Like, it's about selling stuff. So I want to be the person that comes up with the idea, and then I sell it to somebody else. And then they run off with it, and then I can like ride the wave of.
So you just want to be Bill Gates?
No.
Let somebody else.
That's too much responsibility.
Make it and sell it. But he came up with it. He didn't sell it.
I want to be.
She wants to patent it and get the royalty.
I just want to give. I just want to give the big idea, and then somebody else can. They buy my idea.
You want the patent, somebody can buy it from you.
Yeah, and then I don't have to do anything. Yeah.
I see Mr. Wonderful do these on Shark Tank before. I know what you're saying.
Yes.
They're like, don't you go with him. He's just trying to screw you. Hello. Todd, howdy, Shannon. Supply chain issues. Stop ordering stuff.
Listen.
You got to get your supplies.
Yeah, I'm a lazy bitch. I don't like going to any stores.
Don't get high off your own supply.
JT that way. Yeah, you don't want to do that. Yeah. That cuts into your profits. JT in the house.
Dope man.
Magnets on the needles and stick them on the metal boards. Now, why would you do that?
So you don't lose them, and you don't have to buy connected needles. Is what she's going for.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, the crochet game is new to me.
You have to get magnets, and you'd have to remember to put them on the metal board, like
See, I take shrooms all the time, Eric. I mean, they are a natural substance that But yeah, they would definitely have the hallucinogen in them.
But I just get so out of my mind when I drink alcohol or eat gummies. Like mushrooms would just. I don't think the world could handle me on mushrooms.
I didn't want to try see what that would be like.
Yeah.
Shrooms on the pizza. There you go. Yeah, I think I've only had shrooms one time before, but I don't remember taking them stuff because, like, back in college.
Yeah, I'm not that brave. Like, I should.
I didn't. Apparently, in one party, the wife got me. She put them on like a Big Mac that we had. She put them on there.
Oh, your wife drugged you?
Yeah, she Cosby'd me. Back in the day.
Cosby.
Were you mad about it?
I didn't remember it, but I mean, obviously it was still good. I mean, they didn't like complain or anything about it.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask you, Rod. Today I was driving in my car, and I was thinking about. Yeah, that's the thing. Do you think people think about you? Like, I just don't feel like I feel like the only time people think about me is when I'm face to face, and that kind of helps me live my life. But like, I think about all kinds of people.
You think about other people when you don't see them, right? So yeah.
Yeah. So today I was thinking about you, and I was thinking, okay, so if I get on the show tonight, I'm going to ask Rod this question because he's a married man. I'm like, have there been times in your marriage where sometimes you're just like, and then sometimes you're just like so crazy about him you can't get enough, and you're so obsessed. And then you have the time where you're not, and then you like go up and down, Or are you just like an even kill man?
I'm more like an even kill type person, I think.
Yeah.
In that regard, so.
Yeah, because today when I was in the car, I'm like, I'm so fucking obsessed with Todd. I can't stand it. Like, why am I so obsessed with him?
Yeah. Why are you so obsessed with him?
I don't know.
For years, right? I've never yet get an answer, but I don't know. That's it.
But then I was like, I've been with him for 25 years, and then I'm like,
that's a good question.
And now I'm like, why am I still? Why? I mean, there's sometimes when I'm not, but then I'm
Yeah.
like, we've been together. Why am I obsessed with him? Like, he should be old news.
You guys are still puppy love stage, maybe.
No. I mean, no. This is what I will.
How old is this puppy you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, Yeller. So Yeller. He's not to the field yet.
With my friend and her little girl, and there was this like real old couple, and they didn't have any kids, and they were holding hands, and she was like, "Oh my God, look at how cute that is!" And I'm like, "That's what happens when you ride the bad waves, when you ride the bad times." And then when you get old enough to realize, it's like, you know what? Like, this is my friend. Like, we've been through some bad shit, but here we are. And now we know it's important. I'm like.
Or to make sure you don't lose them so you get the insurance money when they die. Just saying. Just saying.
Everybody can look at No, that's fair. You look at your life one way, and I look at my life one way. And the way you look at it makes you happy to continue on your path.
Some of those women be like, "Hey, step right." Some of those women be like, "Step right here, Harold. Here comes the bus." Oh,
closer.
Yeah.
Yeah, right there.
What is going on with the moon tonight, Vanessa? Is there like a super moon or something tonight?
I love the moon.
There's got to be something going on. Oh, do my pics matter?
They do matter. Like, yes.
Anytime you share a picture, share part of your
I love it when I see your picture.
Life. They say shrooms all the time, too, Gilbert said. So chilled. I thought Gilbert said you wouldn't take shrooms. Mr. Gilbert would be banned on TikTok. Yeah, he would be banned. He'd be banned real quick.
Yeah, but he could go to Instagram.
But those would be the best 5 minutes of videos, I'm sure. Canadian lumberjack singing in a song. That'd be Gilbert.
Yes. No.
With maple syrup on a shirt pocket.
So, like, you men may think you have, like, if you see a woman doing whatever, you're like, oh, that's hot. But me and Emily, my friend who's like 29, she's like one of my best friends I have too. But every time we see the men on the side of the road working at construction with the neon yellow, I'm like, that's hot. I bet they're fucking shit shows when they go home and they smell real bad, but
Probably.
Like a hard working man in the grease. Just
usually the guys you see on the side of the road that I always see, they're kind of like pretty much fat dudes nowadays.
They are.
I don't know. It's like the it's like the union's taking care of them very well. That this is gonna be a full week job.
It's 97 degrees out there, and they're like out there.
Yeah, but it's a full week job, and all you gotta do is change a bolt. Well, it's gonna take a week.
I mean,
hey, let's sit here and think about it for 4 days.
Union rules.
Right.
It's like a dream or a fantasy. You think it is, but if you actually had it, you'd be like, "This is the dumbest shit that's ever happened to me." Just like you men when you go to a strip club and you're like, "Oh my God, I bet she'd just be so happy to please me." And then you get off work and it's like, "Oh my God, I gotta take all this shit off." And she smells like cigarette smoke, and she like,
hey, no, she smells like sex and candy.
Yes. But do you want to take a woman home that smells like sex with everybody else and some candy all the other men gave her? No.
Well, no, I'm just saying. Sex smell like, I can't remember how the song goes.
I mean, I'm not trying to ruin your fantasy. Like,
it's not my fantasy.
Think about them.
Not my fantasy. But I think you're thinking that guys. I think what you're thinking, guys don't really think when they're in there. I think guys think differently when they're in the strip club. It's not the pleasing part.
I mean, I really try to feel like
I was like have you ever seen like what's that old grandpa or bad grandpa? What's it called?
Oh yeah, with Johnny Knoxville.
Yes.
Yeah.
Michael Douglas. Was it Michael Douglas in him?
Oh, I don't know if he was. He was
like Bad Grandpa was the movie he did. Yeah.
Grandpa was dead though, wasn't he?
No, he was the one that took him around when they went to the strip club, and it was was that cherry sweet pie or what's that song?
She's my cherry pie.
Yeah.
Oh, you're on a sweet
That's all I was
surprise.
saying, yeah.
Feels so good, makes a grown man cry. Sweet cherry pie.
Yes.
There's a Warren version you haven't heard before, people. Do a karaoke night on the show. Get people going.
No, but you want to know something. So my brother is a very he feels like he's very conservative, and I'm like, he always tries to argue with me about his beliefs. And I'm like, okay, let me tell you this. Feminism, I'm like, I feel like a lot of feminists that are in the news, it's like, you don't, if you use your body and you're a stripper, then you're fighting against us. And I'm like, my definition of feminism is if you have a hot body and you can take fucking money,
or a hot buddy,
weak men that have a heart on, that's my feminism. I'm use your body for what.
If it's feminism, it's doing what you want to do with your own control, right? So if a woman wants to do that, that's her right to do that. That's what I would.
I'm a feminist, but
more
I'm
power
not.
to you. If you can make money, then sling it.
I'm not the feminist that's just because I'm pretty, I shouldn't be pretty. I'm like, no, girl, you have the power. Use your fucking hotness, because men are so weak. You men are so fucking weak.
Well, look at OnlyFans sales. You can easily see that probably.
Yeah.
Well, women have OnlyFans pages.
It's like that girl, Paige Spearneck, that used to be, she was going to try to be a golfer. Do you know who she is, Rod?
No.
So she's on Instagram and she posts pictures all the time, but she's always wearing a low cut.
She's being sexy.
Great big, but the comments are so pissed off. You're just doing that just because you got, she's like, yeah, so if you don't like this, scroll on.
Exactly.
I make way more money now than I could have if I went on the LPGA. So
because the feminists think you are good at sports and that's all you should have. You shouldn't use your body either. And I'm like, if you're good at sports and you have a fucking good body, girl, take all the power you have.
But she's even at rundown. She's like, I can never make it on tour because it gets in my head too much. I can't control all the shit. She's got a bunch of demons that she can't.
Well, you just got to block it out. A lot of athletes, you just got to block it out.
Yeah, but she's
I need to be her personal assistant.
So now she does Instagram stuff, and it's she still does PGA stuff.
But it makes me sad because if she likes to play golf and she lets them take that away from her.
No, she still plays golf, but she's not on she doesn't play golf for money. She does PGA Tour.
But she could.
No, she tried to, but she couldn't because she said she got in her own head, so she couldn't do that anymore. So
even with women, haters going to.
Now I'm sure she still makes money through golf, but she makes probably a lot more money on Instagram.
I bet she would feel better if she made money through golf besides.
No, she's even
she should be able to make money with both. But men are too uncomfortable with a woman being hot and smart.
That's women that are telling her, right? That's women that are telling her, not men. Men wouldn't care.
No, she'll get it from both. She gets
really?
Yeah, but that's the thing. I'm like, so I have no problem with anybody that thinks differently than me. Here, I feel like I've evolved, and I'm like, if I love somebody, even if I don't love you and something good happens to you, I am so excited for you. But I've had people that thought they were my friend or were acting like my friend. And then when something good happened to me, they were like, why did that happen to you? Because I could do that too. You know,
right.
If it happened to you, I'd be happy for you, but you're upset that it happened to me.
They sell haterade by the gallons nowadays. So
yeah.
That's true.
You gotta tell me 2 words for you. Suck it. And then you move on. Give them a little DX.
I look at it and I'm like, maybe they're just not. And this sounds snooty, but maybe they're just not as evolved as me. And
they're probably jealous.
Things to happen to them, and if I stopped talking to them because they were upset something good happened to me, then what am I doing for them? They're not going to grow. They're just going to think that's normal. And so I'm like, something good should happen to you, and then I can be happy for you, and then maybe you can grow some.
Or you can just be bitch, I'm out and move on.
I know, but I'm not.
Like this old comedian one time, he said, if you ever got rich, are you going to let it change you? He's like, hell yeah, it's going to change me.
That's why.
It's going to change my address, my area code, my zip code. going to be a lot of changes taking place.
Underwear.
Yeah. Gilbert said he is Mountie large. That's a pretty good size. Jim Jones, Kool-Aid only for the asteroid trips. Yeah, if Heaven's Gate got together with the Jim Jones crew. Oh, we'll be serving refreshments. Oh, really?
He does say. Yeah. Okay.
This is called the Relax Special. You'll really enjoy it.
Sounds like a good time to me.
You feel like you're in the clouds. Oh, I'll take 2, please. See, I'm a cult leader. I lead to millions and millions of Blakeaholics. Blake says Blake is a cult leader.
Blake's a cult
leader. You can start a cult and make Blake the god of the cult, and then they can worship to the Blake and your cult and everything. And,
yes.
Yeah, there you go.
No,
why? Blake has the hair and the beard. He has the Jesus look working for him, so he could actually put him on a velvet picture as the people will file in. Then we can get the tax write-off, make it at a church.
Or would everybody bow down to the bear instead of Blake?
Who's the bear?
Oh, well, I mean, if the bear is there, the Bears. I mean, their bear would be like the Holy Spirit.
People are just so weak-minded. People are so weak-minded.
Kiss the furry bear. Move on. Yeah. Like calling the furry bear. Who didn't put in donations?
Right. Feels a little light.
Yeah.
So crazy to me.
I should have pics coming soon in the leather tripod chair. Nice.
Sounds naughty, Vanessa.
Vanessa naughty? No. Mikey not here, so I got a couple of the Trap Triple Ales. Ooh. You got the humidity out there.
I'm not vegan. See, we got the lightning going on in the background.
Is there still some? There wasn't.
It's lighting up.
I'm going to go pee.
You didn't tell me Kentucky was like flooded down there, like kind of crazy.
We're not flooding here.
Well, I saw the news. They were like parts of Kentucky. Well, it's more eastern Kentucky, but I figured it was on all the different news they were talking about it.
It's kind of say south of us. We just got some of the rain, but not as much as I think they were thinking at first. But it definitely stayed like more towards Lexington, going across like Cincinnati,
and going into West Virginia and stuff. I know CB's got stuff in his area too.
Yeah.
Crazy weather.
It's supposed to be rain. They're calling for rain every day except for Saturday, I think, up until mid next week or something, I think. Yeah, they said it was starting to recede in certain parts, but they're afraid it's going to come back up again. So crazy. Currently cutting my main robust pattern pieces of plywood. And I'm drinking a Metropolitan Humbucker. Ooh, that sounds interesting. What style is that, JT? Whiteboard was still back in as a magnet board. Well, I guess, like to hold the crochet needles, like Shannon was saying. Oh, yeah.
Dortmonder. Well, that was, he responded there. So,
yep.
Dortmonder. I've kind of gotten into those a little bit, but I know that the one that I have at the Great Lakes, I can't remember the name of the beer now, the sign I have from Great Lakes. So, that's like one, it took me a while to get into that style of lager. But there are some nice, pleasant ones, especially if it's warmer. I should make the Horseradish Bloody Marys. I have one bag of shrimp. Ooh. You put the shrimp and the bacon and the olives in your Bloody Mary, Vanessa?
Oh. We're not talking about making Bloody Marys.
I seen some Bloody Marys where the food is bigger than a damn glass.
Man, no.
Shrooms make most people relax. Just don't overdo the dose. Yeah. You just take, probably just chill out.
My shirt.
Get you
get the bottle.
No, I didn't grab it.
It's probably the gummy thing. Don't overdo it, but you're like, they're not working. You keep eating them. That's what she
did. They don't work. That's what she did it last week.
Yeah.
Better go to bed.
But I'm trying to figure out like what I need to do. So I've been like experimenting. Like I'll do a half when I'm sober, and then I'm like, what's gonna do good?
Gotta measure it out.
My friend, I took a half earlier, and then we went out, and then it was one of the fast-acting ones, and then I took another half before we went out, and I'm like, I'm good now. But my friend Chad, he was one of my best friends in high school, and we've reconnected, and so he was over last weekend, and we were here, and we took like 5 of them. And Todd and Chad were like, "Oh my god, I gotta go to bed. I'm so tired."
Like 5 or 6 in the morning.
And I'm like, "You two are the biggest pussies ever. Like, I'm not ready to go to bed." Like,
yeah.
And they both fucking bailed on me. I was gonna call an Uber and go out and have fun at a bar, but then I was like,
"You like to let's get the party rolling."
I don't know how to use Uber.
You don't use Uber? Have you ever used it before?
We have, but he takes care of that stuff.
Mm.
Yeah, because that one ended up in 4 states away.
That is, I would love.
But wouldn't that be a fun adventure though?
It would.
It would be, but not for like, okay, you owe me like $12,000.
No.
We're like, what?
What I would do. What I would do is I would get in the Uber and I'd be like, I have $100. Get me to your favorite place that I can pay $100 for. That's what I do. But Todd's like, that's not a good idea. So then, like, let's just go home.
If he was a smart Uber driver, he'd just go right around the corner and be like, "This is my spot right here. Give me $100."
He's like, "This is my house."
I would be like,
okay, here you go.
Yeah, because then I would be like, I know he just drove me around the corner, but maybe he really needs his $100. And so I'd give him the $100.
Or maybe that really is his favorite spot. And he's like,
right, yeah.
$100.
You wouldn't know.
I'm not going to say I have $100 to spend and then
it would just be a mystery.
It tells me this is what $100 can get you.
You're right, Blake. I did get roofied. Yeah, back in the college years. Microdose is a good way to do it. Do the microdose going in.
But what's a microdose? Because sometimes it's like just a fourth. Or microdose when you smoke, you have to. Oh, it is so.
Well, JT was talking about the shrooms, so just like a little bit, like Yeah,
I would maybe
so you
microdose. I would I would be like, okay, give me a crumb.
Yeah, it's always funny though when you talk about like drugs in America. Like, there's always just like, I don't know. It's like there's some people that act like drugs haven't existed. Like drugs have been like forever through stuff. You know, it's kind of like. In one form or another, so it's kind of like, why doesn't it just make it all fucking legal, like Amsterdam or some shit?
Right.
Tax it or something.
What is the one drug you haven't tried that you're like, okay, I'd maybe try
that? From back in the day, I never did acid. That would have been the one I would have.
Acid.
Maybe try that one.
What about you? What would be the one drug you would?
Probably that one, I'd say.
Acid, really?
Or LSD. LSD was before my time, but that would have been something kind of trippy.
The one drug that I'm like, seems like would make my life like but I can't be too happy because I'm already happy. So like ecstasy. I'm like, because I
raving out
and drink like, but then I'm like, I'm already happy. Like, what the fuck would happen to me if I took E and I was like that happy?
Shannon on ecstasy at a rave. I can only imagine shit getting crazy.
And then Bill Cosby walks in the door and what's your buddy pop?
No, but literally.
It's the pudding man.
Yes, come here.
No.
He's like, ooh, okay.
Like zippity dippity doo.
No. I mean, maybe. Who knows? I've never done it, so maybe that might happen.
Like, how do you feel about Jello?
Oh, no. Here's the thing that happens. No, here's the thing that happens. So if I was in a club doing ecstasy and Bill Cosby walked in, I can promise you he's not who I'm going to go for. So I'm safe.
Oh, it's not about you going for him. It's about who he's going for.
Yeah, but it's not
it's only got to take one drink.
Yeah, the ecstasy, you wouldn't have a choice, I don't think.
He would be so upset with me.
If you one drink, you just wake up like, where am I? Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't be a very good, like, one night stand kind of girl. Because I'd be like, tell me all about you. Like, why do you feel this way? I'd be asking all the questions, and they'd be like,
get the fuck out
of my room.
Yeah, you gotta go now.
But I would literally tell them when they were like, listen, I don't know
Get a
what
stage.
you're going for.
Think of wedding crash. We got a stage 1 clinger.
Yeah. No, because I would be like, if a guy came up and talked to me, I'd be like, listen, I know I'm real friendly, but I'm not going to fuck you tonight. And if you think that's what, like, you can just move on and find somebody else because I want to know who you are as a spirit and a person.
I feel like at that point, you go back to the dealer, but like, you sold me the wrong shit because it didn't work tonight.
Yeah. I want a refund.
I want my money back.
Out in the country,
I'm
the
very
pickles are
annoyed.
slim. Yeah. Talking about the mushrooms. Not many out in the country. Mushrooms in Canada. You still reading it? Shannon?
No.
Shannon stared like she was still reading it. I didn't know.
I'm reading the comments.
Oh, I thought you were reading the other one from
Wait, I
Gilbert.
thought you were still reading the last one.
I don't know.
Shrooms on pizza. Oh no. Okay, just nothing going on with the moon, but there's shrooms on a pizza. Although my favorite new pizza combination since being here: steak, pineapple, and jalapeno.
I knew you were gonna say pineapple. I fucking knew it. I knew you were gonna say pineapple.
Oh, that's bougie as hell.
it's like the cheesesteak steak, so it's like that is pretty fucking good. It's pretty
what
fucking
cheesesteak
good.
have you ever had to have pineapple on it?
Huh?
What cheesesteak have you ever had to have pineapple on
Never,
it?
no, not on a cheesesteak. You don't put pineapple on a cheesesteak, but on a pizza. Yeah,
I thought you said it was like the cheesesteak that's it.
No, this is the pizza. No, this is the pizza.
No, I know.
Oh, the steak is like the cheesesteak steak.
Oh.
Yeah, and you have pineapple and jalapeno. Then you put some crushed red pepper on it.
Oh my god,
that was fucking good.
You would
actually try. I would eat that.
That was that
this conversation.
But I don't think pineapple goes on the pizza. But I love pineapple. I like pineapple.
My favorite topping on a pizza. Like I get a pizza and I'm like, it's called the Big Z. And I'm like, give me all the toppings, like everything. And then I'm like, but no anchovies.
Yeah, it comes to like 50.
It's so like it's got all the toppings. And
never ever anchovies, never ever.
Yeah. And then but Todd and then Chad was here the other night. And I mean, it was like pepperoni, sausage, mushrooms, and bacon. And I'm like, I'll eat that because I like all that. But then I'm also like, I get them big old pizzas with all them toppings, and I'm like, extra pineapple.
Yeah, but pineapple, like an Hawaiian pizza with pineapple and ham and sausage. Yeah, I like a good Hawaiian pizza.
I'm going to take us back in time because I remember my wedding shower.
I want to try that. Does anybody around here have like steak on pizza like that?
I don't know. But
I've never seen it I've never seen it really in the Midwest area like here. Because everybody has cheesesteaks here, so people love it.
So when we were engaged and we were getting ready to go to Vegas and get married, I had a wedding shower and they had like all these questions and they asked Todd the answers to and to see if I would answer the same. And the one question I missed, which is insane to me, was what's Todd's favorite fruit? And I said something and the answer was pineapple. And I was like, I fucking knew that, but you know.
Yet you got it wrong.
So you're saying you know all the pineapple answers?
I love pineapple on pizza.
Who, me or her?
She does. She said she knew when you were going to say pineapple too. But new poll in the comments. Pineapple on pizza, yes or no? So that's in the comment section. Let us know how you feel about pineapple and that out there.
For me, I love pineapple, but
not on pizza.
I'll eat it on pizza, but I don't think it goes on pizza, in my opinion. But
there's no wrong with what goes on or not on pizza. I mean,
it's a preference.
You're right. But what you were just talking about, like,
how boring would it be if we all wanted the same toppings on our pizza?
Pineapple, jalapenos, and red pepper. That sounded really good. Like I would tell Todd to eat that.
I mean, if somebody put tuna fish on pizza, I'd have an issue. I'm like,
I mean, I would try it.
Toby's right.
I'd try.
I mean, that would be kind of like some of those yeast examples we use for beer. Like, you're probably over the line right now.
No, do you want to know one of the moments?
You need to go wash it up.
One of the moments in my life is like, Shannon, you need to be harder. You need to quit being so soft. As I worked at a pizza place, And my boyfriend at the time was at this party and getting blowjobs by these two girls. And his friend that was at the party called me.
At the same party, he was getting the same two girls he was getting.
Yeah. And he was like selling them weed, but it was just grass. So what happened was...
That's not a good
grass
move.
You get out of the yard?
Yeah. But they were so fucking stupid.
That dumb?
Yeah, they were
that's
that
why
fucking
he was...
stupid.
Yeah.
So anyway...
Wish I had known him back in the day.
That should have get you shot in the city.
But what happened is...
That'd have been
There was another guy at the party that liked me, so he called me where I was working. He's like, we're getting ready to order a pizza for your boyfriend and these two girls that are sucking his dick. And I was like, okay, I got this. So they call and order a pizza.
Don't y'all love when Shannon's here? Got the best stories.
My life. Yeah. Do you want to know how fucking innocent and sweet I was? I was like, I'm going to get them bitches back. I'm not going to put I'm not going to put the anchovies on because I'm not that mean.
So he's worried about getting them back, not him?
No. But I was like, I'm not so mean to put anchovies on it. But I was like,
X-Lax in it?
Bitches. And I poured anchovy juice on the pizza. And then they didn't even really fucking know.
Hardcore you are.
Yeah.
So, but then,
Extreme hardcore.
No, what happened was all his friends really liked me. So I went to that party afterwards. And then,
she serves the best pizza.
No. And then one of my guy friends came out and asked me if I would take the two bitches home that somebody else just told me sucked my boyfriend's dick. And I was like, God, I was so fucking weak.
You should have said.
No, I said no. If they get in my car, they're not going home. I'm going to share them and I'm going to drop them off in the middle. It was like, no, I'm not taking them home.
They were just asking that because they wanted that pizza. It was so good. They just wanted if the girls were coming along.
But what happened when I went into the party, my boyfriend was off in this bedroom by himself, and I was having fun with all of his friends. And then he came out and he's like, it bothered me so much. Everybody was laughing out there with you. And I'm like, well, you're a motherfucker. You fucked somebody. I'm like, dude.
Actually, I shouldn't say that. Rod might know who that is.
Who?
Shanda Cher.
Do you know who Shanda Cher is?
No.
You never heard, you don't know who, never heard that before? Story before?
Well, it was a story when we were really young. And she was like 15.
Well, that's true. That has been a long time
ago.
So
and it was Blake and Jeff. And so she went and she started hanging out with these girls, Linda Lovelace. It was like all over news.
Linda Lovelace, I know.
Yeah.
It was
that was one of the girls, and they took her and they like.
She's basically started her career from messing with your old boyfriend.
Yeah.
That led her to a new career move.
Yeah. And then that's what I said. I'm like, if they get in my car, I'm gonna Shanda share them. I'm like, I'm not taking them bitches. I'm gonna suck my boyfriend's dick. And then the next day, we all woke up and we walked to the pool, and me and all of his friends were like way ahead, and he was like way behind us because, And then we got to the pool, and he was over there, and I was over here with all his friends.
But you guys were still dating then, right?
Well, I mean, I didn't talk to him because I was like, but I'm like, I know what you did. But all his friends abandoned him for me.
Who was?
Aaron, Terry.
Oh.
All his friends.
But still, so.
But all his friends.
Well, they all figured they probably got a shot at that point because you're gonna break up with them. I'm telling you guys, I think now I got a shot because they're gonna probably break up. That's what guys will think.
But that's the thing that Todd says to me.
She's got way more. What? Go ahead.
No.
What do I say?
You're not gonna hurt my feelings. What were you gonna say? I have way more fun.
No, not you. It goes way beyond that.
Yeah, but here's the thing: men are so fucking weak; they will betray their best friend just like that.
I was laughing at Emerson. Well, Emerson, the first he joined in, which is great having Emerson because it's been a while. He's drinking a false oil cans. But then when I scroll down to one of the other comments, that it's down at the bottom, so I don't want to jump too far in because I'll miss people if it cuts me off. But it says, "Can we get Shannon's old boyfriend on the show? The blowjob thing. I need to know what this fella's been up to. Let's start a GoFundMe for the travel." Just a great idea.
Oh no!
No, he ain't gonna GoFundMe. He's probably. around the corner.
No, it's a shit show. Because before Todd always dated the guys that needed to be saved. I was like, oh, I need to save you.
Were you like a Christian?
And I was like, no. And then it's like, Todd was like, no, I'm going to save you. I'm like, oh, thank God.
No, that's not true.
Are you talking about me leaving you?
Yeah, you dumped me twice. I tried to go back to him for like a single night.
But at least I broke up with you and I wasn't cheating.
Just talking out your ass about those shrooms.
No.
You didn't really break up.
No, I
didn't.
You
just left.
No, but
some of the best conversations.
He did try to kiss me and I was like, I can't. Even though I broke up with you, I'm like, yeah, I never.
Never been in a strip club in all my 60 years. Really? Not even like high school, college, nothing? Wow.
No, my brother took Todd to a strip club. My brother's more Team Todd than me.
I wouldn't even call this a strip club. It was terrible. It was like the most homeless girls on this planet.
Yeah. Well, it's like JT was in Louisiana, so you'd be able to go to a strip club on Bourbon Street. You could just stand there and women just start pulling out their hooters anyway. So
yeah. No, I'm like, Todd, you can go to a strip club, but you have to be honest with me. You have to tell me how much you spent there so I can have the same amount to spend someplace else.
Why does it got to be the same amount to spend somewhere?
I wouldn't spend nothing there anyway.
No, I mean, I believe that. I believe you sit here watching and have a good time.
And 2 beers and that's it, sir. 2 beers.
You got, okay, we'll have one. I'm out. I'll I'll see ya. That place we went to, they weren't even naked to begin with. Like, they just had a G-strings on and they had like cases on their nipples or whatever. Like, all right, let's have a beer, let's go. We don't watch.
That's Indiana though, yeah.
But I'm also like, what's so great about nipples? I mean, I can understand you being upset that they had underwear on.
No, but it's still.
But even when they have underwear on, you don't get to see what's in there. You just get to see that like hair or no hair.
Well, I mean, that's true, but still, though, you're not there for that reason.
I don't understand, and maybe you do, but I don't.
The place we're talking about was actually on, what was that?
Live PD?
No, not Live PD.
Live PD was a raid?
Yeah, it was 60 Days In.
It was called 60 Days In, which was actually filmed
in front of a live studio audience.
Well, and Todd probably told me when
it was on A&E. It was on A&E.
I mean, I'm sure. I think you did tell me, like, when that happened, when my brother took you to the Rustic Frog, and then you told me again the other night when we were sitting here with Chad, and I was like, I don't really remember that, but I'm also kind of like, whatever. Just don't be blowing all our money there, like.
Well, it depends on the states who can do what.
But then I'm also kind of like, don't go there if you're not going to give that girl some money. She's at work and she needs some money. You know,
she's trying to work her way through college. You know, you got to throw it to college
whether
fund.
she's going through college or not.
If these girls were still in college, God bless them, because they're working on like a 20-year.
Like, that one looks like Mrs. Garrett from Facts of Life. She got to be done by now.
That's why you don't go to a strip club. That's why you don't go to a strip club called Rustic Frog.
Rusty Frog does not sound like a good name for one at all.
Go back and watch. Was it 60 Days In? Was that it? It's like the second season of 60 Days In, where they used to like get like 6 people off the streets and go into the jail.
And they weren't actually like criminals. They would go into the jail as a rat, but they would try to blend in.
Right.
But they weren't.
They were trying to get information from them to see what they could do better in jail, whatever. And this one girl was like, she got in great with all these people at the strip club and went there all the time. Was like, I don't know about that.
And they were like, you want to buy some Coke? She's like, yeah.
Yeah, so she was kind of like a fiend. But
I wouldn't be a rat. Like, I couldn't do that. I couldn't be like, hey, I'm here to, like, rat all these people out. I think one of the worst things in life you can be is a rat. Don't tackle, don't rat. I mean, unless children are being hurt, then I'll be a rat.
I mean, the mob don't like it. Just saying.
Yeah, no.
Fingers and everything else.
Yeah.
I am not a rat. I do not rat anybody.
We saw Donnie Brasco. We know.
Like the horse's head under the pillow.
Yeah. Go with maple syrup. Don't even. Yeah, I mean, I'd have respect for someone. Someone pulls into a Waffle House or IHOP and they pull out their own maple syrup. I'm like, that guy's a legend.
Well, I'm just saying. It'd be like legit maple syrup.
It'd be legit maple. Not that American fake shit. I got the shit straight from Canada.
I don't want none of that.
No, Eric put something on.
Or Vanessa out of Vermont, because Vanessa gets a good shit out of Vermont. So yeah.
Oh well, yeah, that too. That's a good place too. Also,
I'm just so upset about where I live.
Why?
Because
what's wrong with where you live?
Sellersburg, Indiana.
Right.
We went to Michigan and it was the best. Oh, did you tell him about the guy when I got out of the car and I saw the guy slumped over his car?
Did we talk about that last week?
Yeah, a couple weeks ago.
Last week.
Yeah.
You don't remember, do you?
Yeah, it was very.
She was getting a little lit.
2 weeks ago, maybe.
2 weeks ago.
No, it was 2 weeks ago because I was like, I'm out, and then I went.
Yes.
Yeah, that was. And then, did I tell you about the little hot Asian guy that we met?
I don't think you talked about the hot Asian guy.
So we went out. I think it was the night we went out with Eric.
Years old. That's
He
like
was, but he was.
shit.
No.
Bill Cosby.
No, he's not hot as but he was. So anyway, what happened was we went out and Kylie and all them, and then I was like, I'm gonna go down to the pool and see where Kylie and her friend are.
Meantime, I had COVID. It's like I was just staying in bed. I can't get anywhere.
So I walked.
So I see ya.
You didn't call him short. You didn't call him short round, did you?
No.
You know what I mean by that?
No. Dirt round?
Yeah.
You never saw Indiana Jones?
Yeah, but I don't remember everything.
The little Asian kid that was helping him. And the third one.
Oh my God, I loved him.
He called him short round.
Oh my God, I loved him.
No time for love, Dr. Jones. No time for love.
He was in the Goonies too.
Yeah. Oh, think about the Goonies this week that I saw. They actually found the ship that movie was based off of.
Really?
Yeah. So the story that the guy created for that movie and everything that there were actually, I guess, was a lost ship that was the inspiration. They just found that ship. And so now I'm like, oh, so now it's like a mini documentary because it was now real. It's like the Goonies is now real.
I think I said this before when we was talking about movies. When they filmed that, when they brought the ship in, and at the end, like that was like live, just to get their reaction to it. Like they didn't plan that. It was all just kind of like, so all that reaction is like real.
How come you've never told me this fact about the Goonies? How did you?
That was all like legit, like real.
When did you learn this?
A long time ago. I talked about it on the show before.
I don't know if the real guy was
next time you watch it and you see that ship come in there at the end and be like, and they're all like, oh, that's like their legit reaction. It was like, oh, it wasn't acting. It was like a real thing.
I don't know if the guy was really One-Eye Willie that was the captain, but they did.
Right, but yeah.
He was my favorite character from the Goonies.
Who was?
When his old bitchy mom was like being mean to him.
No, he's talking about the One-Eye Willie.
One-Eye Willie was the captain that died.
Well, I'm talking about the guy with the fucked up ear.
No, you're talking about Sloth.
Yeah, Sloth. Oh shit, Todd's aggressive. He just tore off the.
No, it was hanging down on my foot.
Because you're talking about strip clubs around him.
Oh, pent up stuff right there. Yeah.
Wait, I'm 37. Never been to a strip club neither. Really? Wow.
I'm 44 and I've never been to a strip club.
I'm calling.
Yeah, but you're like.
But he's in Arkansas.
He is in Arkansas. But I mean, is it a strip club or is it just a sheep pasture if you're in Arkansas?
Out tipping cows.
But is this a strip club? Because this happened to me when I was 17. There was this place called the Toy Tiger, and there was an all-male review.
Yeah, but that wasn't a strip club.
Yeah, but there was an all-male, and they were like the Chippendales. And I was like fucking 17, and I was like getting like drinking. And then this guy came up, and he was like grabbed my hand, and he was like rubbing it on his chest, and I felt all the stubble, and I'm like, do you shave your chest? Like, you know. And then even at 17, I was like, come and sit down with me. I want to talk to you about things.
I mean, it could have been, but it wasn't technically. But they had like, what was it, bikini night or whatever, and the girls would go on stage and have like just whipped cream as their bikinis and shit, whatever.
You know, when I worked at UPS, there was this place called the Stooges,
No, Stooges.
And they had a wet T-shirt concert. And they were always like, come on, Shannon, you should get on contest. And they were like, come on, do this. And I'm like, I'm not fucking doing that. Like, no.
They gave you the shirt anyway, didn't they?
No.
Oh. Well, that's a terrible story.
No, men are... Okay, Rod.
Let me get through this. Let me get through some of the comments first. Hold that thought. Where's the notebook?
No, but Rod, one of the things I love about you is you tell me, like, Shannon, okay.
Yeah, just shut up. Let me get
No, because that's fair, and that's what I'm going to do.
I don't say shut up. Just like...
No, but
hold that thought.
No, but I know what he means when he says that, and I appreciate that, because I know I might continue.
Listen, chalk on the blackboard. Let's see. Strippers are usually down in their luck. There's some strippers though. They just make good money. They just make good money from it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because if my daughter was like, if she came in and she was like, I'm gonna be a stripper, and I'd be like, fucking use what you got, girl. But don't be jaded by the men you see, because there are good men out there.
Of course, that's where Cardi B started. She was robbing people too.
Right, true.
Yeah.
True.
But I mean, if you're going to a strip club, you're just giving away your money anyway for the most part. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trez in the house. What is up? Cheers,
What's up,
homie. Drinking for you as always. Trez at work, I'm sure. Sorry, in the middle, cooking some cheeseburgers.
Oh,
you always making some cheeseburgers. Start calling you Wimpy. Remember Wimpy from Popeye? Cheeseburger today, and I'll pay you on Tuesday. Yeah.
For a hamburger today.
Oh, cheers, Trez. Looking like the cornfields are getting rained on.
Oh, it's not about our cornfields.
Yeah.
I don't think they're corn now.
Yeah, I don't think it's corn this year.
The haters balling. Yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier. Like, the haters are going to hate for sure. Yeah, so. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. Not if Jim Jones is serving it. The bear is VP. Yeah, the bear, Blake's the lead god. You got the Blair basically representing the Holy Ghost or Holy Spirit.
Gotta have the bear.
You just need one more thing for the trilogy. So you'd be ready to rock and roll. Or you can make the pipe. If it's Blake, you can have the pipe, the bear, and Blake. There's your holy trilogy right there for your cult.
There you go.
Blake's got to figure it out.
Yeah. I'm just in it for the tax break.
Tax write-off,
yeah.
What's up, Big Daddy?
What's up, Big Daddy in the house? Dragon's Milk White Stout. Great stuff.
Ooh.
Dragon's Milk. That where we went the first time was Holland, right? Mm-hmm. So we went there, and I had, what was the name of that beer I kept getting? It was a very light beer.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I can't remember.
But then we went, okay, so like Michigan,
4% or something maybe?
Like it's heaven on earth, at least in the summer. It was like the most like...
At least the weekend we were there anyway.
The 4 or 5 days we were there. It was just like we were walking downtown in the middle of July to the breweries. I never broke a sweat. It was amazing. And then, so we first went to New Holland, and then it was the place next to it. And so I went to the bathroom.
I can't remember the other brewery.
It was, and it had a disco ball. It was Eric met us. It was me, you, and Eric. And then, so I went to the women's bathroom, and they had She-Ra on.
Yeah, we talked about that like a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
You were wondering what was in the men's room.
But then, so I came out, and I'm like, Todd. And I was like, Todd.
She's going to continue anyway.
She's going to continue, but yeah, we talked about it.
He just said you just talked about it 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, but I still don't have a He-Man and Skeletor picture. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I asked, but he doesn't have it no more. What am I supposed to do? I have no control of that.
We should go back.
Still, the bars, it's out of whack now. It's out of whack. Yeah. Maybe he's a feminist. Maybe he just wanted She-Ra.
If I'd have known that, I would have went there and taken a picture if it meant that much to you.
I mean, we can go back. It's okay. It's not the end of the first world problem.
You can send Eric over. Eric, go over here and take a picture for us.
I did.
She did. She's like, why you're in there and take a picture?
Yes. And then he came back out and he was like, yeah, there was He-Man and Skeletor and all this stuff, but there's no proof. I think he just made it up.
It's a playroom in the bathroom. Got to watch out for those spots.
I mean,
The leather folding stools I'm making, use them for camping and yard, etc. Good use.
Nice.
The extra horseradish makes the drink the shrimp cocktail dip. Ooh.
I love horseradish, but I don't like shrimp cocktail.
You like shrimp?
No, I don't like shrimp. I like
shrimp or shrimp. Okay.
It's a
You like-
texture.
You like crab meat?
I love crab. I love seafood. It's my favorite, but oysters and shrimp.
But is it crab? Like the texture of the crab doesn't
crab.
seem like the shrimp to you though?
No.
It's kind of the same. Now oysters are different, but crab and shrimp are kind of the same.
You're not wrong. It is kind of the same.
Yeah. But crab is way more soft and flaky, and shrimp is more like spongy. Like I like the taste.
Yeah, okay, I can see that.
I like the taste.
But she likes clams, but she don't like shrimp.
No.
Why would you like clams and not shrimp?
I don't like clams.
You used to eat clams all the time. Fried clam.
Clams. Oysters or crab or lobster.
Neither one. Clams.
Oh yeah, the fried clams.
Yes.
On silvers.
God, Jesus
Yeah.
Christ! I'm not.
Come on, clam it.
I'm sorry. Yeah, but I do.
You act like I'm half stupid most of the time.
No, it's just I don't. I'm like, dude.
Why are you looking at me like
how
that?
long it takes me to catch on. It's not because you're stupid. It's just because I'm a little slow.
It used to be your favorite thing. Now I don't think you eat them anymore, but you used to eat them all the time. You used to like
because
clams.
now.
Then all the time there was like rubber bands, and I'm like,
Well,
I want to eat
and then
shrimp. I'm like,
I think
really?
we went to Indianapolis that time and we got a calamari.
It was calamari.
And I'm like, that. And then it was fried calamari, and I was like, it tastes like fried clams because it was rubbery too.
You could never have too much calamari. I'm a calamari.
No, calamari, if it's cooked right, is phenomenal.
There are better places than others.
Definitely.
If it's cooked too long, it is like rubber bands for sure. Like it's kind
Well, you always got to watch sometimes.
Already rubbery, but it gets rubberier.
Like if I see a seafood restaurant in the middle of the country, I'm like, where did you get the seafood from?
See, I don't even.
Now, if I'm on the coast, I'm like, okay, we're gonna get some seafood because.
No, there's an Italian place which we haven't been to, but my brother takes his daughter there sometimes, and he said their calamari is the best he's ever had. It's right up there on the knobs, right by the festivals or not festivals.
Fistful of theirs.
Fistful of tacos. Either one, whichever. It's right there in that.
They're the same. One serves tacos and one serves beers.
Yeah.
But the fists are out.
No, you know what's so funny? Because they used to have a food truck at Our Lady, and I started talking to the guy that was serving us, and then I started talking to the bartender, and then she was talking about I don't think I should say anymore.
Nobody likes a story better than when you just
she does that for all you watching. She'll do that at times. So I've gone too far.
If there's ever a chance in his entire life, and he knows who I'm talking about, and then I'm like, he had a little penis. She told me he had a little penis.
So you might as well tell the story now.
No.
I'm a little penis, short and not stout.
God.
If you rub a little bit, I'll come out. Yeah. So, yeah. Do you want to talk about them? Yeah.
Big penises, medium, little penis. So if you have a big
how do we get on the topics we get onto this show? I tell you.
No, Rod. But if you have a big penis and you don't know how to use it, it's useless. But if you have a little penis and you know how to use it,
it's useful.
Yeah, some men are like, I got such a big penis, I don't even have to try. It is.
Or the motion of the ocean.
No, but isn't that the truth?
I don't know if it is or not. I hope so.
No, because it's like some men are like, my penis isn't big enough. I wish I had a bigger one. And then sometimes I've met women that are like, their penis was too big. and they couldn't. So it's like, but if you have a little penis and you know how to use it, I'd rather have that than a big penis that doesn't know what to do with it, you know? It's like a skinny little blonde bitch that has no personality. It's like, she's hot, and then you're like, okay. It's like a little penis and a big penis, you know?
I'm just trying to figure out how to segue. I don't even know how to turn the page on this right now.
Just move on.
I mean, but do you understand where I'm going? People zone out.
I've always zoned out. It's like, yeah. Okay.
But you know, the thing is, it's like, even if you don't understand, I feel good saying it. So it's like, I can make my own happiness. If you don't understand it, I'm like, I just feel good saying it.
Hey, you know? I understand.
Oh no, Rod.
You should have segued a lot faster.
Let me get the comment. I'll get some of the comments here.
I forget what I was going to say.
I told you to bring the notebook. You don't want to bring the notebook anymore. Notebook
I brought the notebook one time.
And it was awesome, wasn't it?
It was, but nobody had to experience it. So
people.
It wasn't awesome the next day when they were all over the table and had to throw them all.
No. I know what you guys are doing to me because I'm a dementia nurse. You are trying to redirect me. Is what you're trying to do.
No,
you're trying to redirect.
What do you see over here? What do you see over here?
My point was in the first.
He may not be, but I might be.
Vanessa, Young Big Daddy, Dragon's Milk always rested on my cellar steps. I actually got a couple reviews of the Dragon's Milk I haven't done yet. I need to. What are we drinking? Right now, I'm drinking one of the Murphy Stout that I was actually finishing off here. I didn't get a chance to work out, so I kept it kind of a little bit lighter. That's only 4% ABV.
I'm drinking
outside
Imperial Mayan.
Ooh, that looks good.
But here's the thing: everybody thinks they knew who I am
picked it up while I was in Michigan.
Because I will be like, box wine, but I'm always open to new thing, and this is now my favorite beer. I'm like,
that's your favorite beer now?
My Blue Moon. Yes, Blue Moon is now. I'm like, I'm not fucking around with that Miller Lite shit. It's like hot dog.
But they're owned by Miller still. So they still say thank you for your dollars.
Baby steps, Rod. Baby steps.
Right. Well, when you go to breweries, you don't drink. You drink something. Usually it's a wheat or...
I always go for the wheat.
Hefeweizen or whatever.
My first question to the bartenders is like, do you have a Hefeweizen? And they're like, sometimes yes, sometimes no. I'm like, well, give me a wheat beer.
That's crazy cost of money for insurance, Vanessa.
Vanessa, you should not have to pay for anything. Is she saying she's got to pay for this shit?
Yeah, after insurance.
That's $7,000.
You know what? Fuck the government. Fuck the government. I hate the fucking government. Don't even get me started on the abortion thing, because my daughter is a girl. And I buy her condoms and I put her on birth control. But I'm also like, if you get pregnant, you tell me immediately. Like, but I'm also like, I wouldn't want her to have an abortion because I'm the kind of girl that's like, I could never do it. But I've not ever been in the position of somebody that has to do that. Like, you get to fucking do whatever you want to with your body. Like, and why do I have a say so? Like, I don't think I could get an abortion. And if Kyle, even like Todd got a vasectomy, and I'm like, if I got pregnant today, I'm like 24 years old. I'd be like, no, I'd drive off the bridge. I might not get an abortion, but I might drive off the bridge. Yeah. No.
That one took a wide turn. That took a wide turn.
Say one more thing.
Oh.
Wow. That's a big smile right there.
No, I'm not. So when I was growing up, all I wanted to be was a mother, which makes no sense to me because I'm like not a domestic kind of girl. But anyway, so I got pregnant. I had a miscarriage, and then I got pregnant with Kylie, and then I was just like, there's my daughter now.
All right, we're gonna put it on mute for just a second.
All right, I'll get some of the comments.
The other dogs are outside, but this one, yappy bitch, right here.
Ever said I've heard great things about heroin. I do understand that by the time you read this, maybe off topic, which just makes it fun. Yeah, by the time getting caught up between the stories and stuff can take a little bit of time for sure. Was she still reading it? She was still trying to read the line. I saw her pointing at it. Let me see here. Pick a time next month. Trez laughing. 4 morphine, Demerol, and Valium all at once every 10 minutes. Wow, that is a crazy drug cocktail for sure. Like Trez, 5 more days and start my new job. Longest 10 days of my life. So, oh, I didn't know you got a new job. Congrats to you, and hopefully it's something definitely that you're wanting to do. I didn't know you made a switch, but that gives you more days to enjoy some different beverages during the course of time. 5 pounds of pizza dough the other day, and the crust tastes good. Toppings on pizza, yes. You gotta have toppings on pizza. Made a pecan smoked Chanel cat, and had that on the pizzas. What is a smoked channel cat? Is that like a fish? Pineapple on pizza is a Canadian invention. Pineapple, bacon, ham, and jalapeno. Yes, sir. I will have that on a pizza too, just like pretty much like an Hawaiian type thing in that regard. You will forget about anchovies, fears about anchovies on pizza. Yeah, I'm not big on the fish on the pizza. My wife will eat anchovies on pizza, but like, nah. Pineapple regatta, cheese, lots of mozzarella.
See, I do not like it when people order extra cheese.
Why? It makes it cheesier.
He can't hear you.
No, I took it off mute. Todd, my brother always wanted extra cheese, and I'm
like, the cheese, the extra gooiness.
No, you can't taste anything when there's cheese there.
I agree, JT. No food sins. If you don't like it, don't order it. Fish tacos. I do like some fish tacos once in a while.
No, I had duck taco. Juice. Have you ever had
duck taco? I've had roasted duck before.
The duck tacos was the first time I ever had duck, and that was like probably like 8 years ago. I don't know how many years ago. But
have you ever had?
How would you explain duck? I would explain it as the dark meat of a turkey, but sweeter.
I would say duck is more gamey. Duck's got a gamey feel to it and everything, but it's not bad. Depends how you make it, I guess.
I can see that.
But if you haven't had duck fat fries, I don't know what you're doing with your life. Anytime you get a chance to get duck fat fries, you should.
Same place. We got duck fat fries or truffle fries.
Yeah.
Oh, truffle fries, yeah.
Truffle fries. The same thing as like, I don't know what you're doing with your life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Either one is good. Still love the standards. Extra pepperoni, meatball, mozzarella, and Sicilian with tons of red onion slices. That's not a bad mix-up either. Sicilian, really more popular on the East Coast. Like, I didn't see anybody that had like Sicilian. At one point, the roast got Sicilian sauce in, and they had like a thing, but it wasn't like a true Sicilian. Like, I know Sicilian from New York or New Jersey or something, but I used to love Sicilian pizza, which is almost like a knockoff of like Midwestern pizza because it's like a thick, square type thing, right?
No, Midwestern is a knockoff of Sicilian pizza.
No, we know pizza got started in the Midwest.
Did it really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But
first two pizza.
I never understood.
If you'd watched the food.
You didn't watch the show. You don't watch the show, Food to Build America.
That's right. Exactly right.
First two pizza places were Domino's and Pizza Hut.
But I don't understand how we are Midwest. We are more East than we are West.
You're kind of really like, you're more like Central region, but you kind of get pushed into the Midwest, like you, Missouri.
We are like the nobody. Like, it's like I'm from Indiana, and then when I don't talk like it, they're like, "Are you Southern?" And I'm like, I mean,
what's I gotta do?
Hey, I just follow the trail. I follow the path.
It's like, you know, it's East Coast and there's West Coast and there's like the South and then you said North, but like there's a cluster where it's like nobody really knows what to do with them. So they basically say the flyover states. Like nobody ever really.
But nobody has a Californian accent. There's no California.
There's some California type thing. We think like Valley Girl, the way they talk and stuff. There were some people in California that would talk
but that's
that
just
kind
like
of way.
the way people in the South talk.
That's like their diction more than the accent.
Yeah.
But you get accent in the South, you get accent in the North. When I got my degree in college, and we had to study communication, where do you think the best sounding place in America actually is, where there's no accent?
The hottest accent?
No, where there's no accent.
I feel like it's wet. I feel like California. I don't feel like they have any accent.
No, I feel like everybody has an accent. Depends on where, if you're in the region or not.
There's one region actually has been noted as the best place where there's like the lack of an accent.
Where?
Maine.
No, you get the northern accent up there.
Is it in the U.S. or some other country?
So, well, it's got to be U.S. It's American. No accent. Pittsburgh.
In America, what
throughout the Pittsburgh region, Western PA.
Pittsburgh, really?
That's where a lot of the major like broadcasters and stuff go out of. Is they considered like to have the least accent in the country, that region.
Really?
Yeah.
But like
but I mean they say yins though too. But I'm just saying accent wise.
Because I feel like the East Coast has an accent. And then I feel like Northern has an accent.
Everybody has
I feel like South has an accent. But I feel like once you get past Texas and like Utah, Wyoming, Montana, California, Oregon.
No, they have accents out there too.
Yeah.
See, I don't feel like they have accents over there.
They do.
Squeeze those fish until they bleed. Barbecue chicken pizza. I've had barbecue chicken pizza, and that's not a bad one either.
I like Alfredo pizza.
With Alfredo sauce?
Alfredo sauce,
chicken, bacon,
onion, bacon, and mushrooms.
I've never seen that before.
Really? It's really good. It's really good.
Never seen that.
It's an Alfredo pizza, yes.
But you can't.
Are the toppings?
You can't fold that though.
And bacon.
And bacon, but they put the white sauce on it instead of the red sauce.
Yeah.
But you can't. But you can't fold it, right? Because of the sauce.
You do what you need to do with your pizza.
Oh no, no! It's just like a normal pizza, except for it's a white Alfredo sauce instead of
the
pasta
sauce. So you can still fold it and everything.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
No, I know what he's saying. He's like the East Coast. He's all East Coast now.
No, he's saying totally.
I'm just asking if you can fold it. That's all.
I mean, I shouldn't say yes. It depends on where you get it from, but yes, you can. And
I mean, if it's hand tossed and everything, yeah.
Sauce is white.
You can do anything if you really want to.
Well, sure, anybody can, but I'm just saying. Oh, that's the one you got from the Walmart one?
One of your Rajay deals right here.
That's the one from Walmart, right, that you found up there?
Like $7 a 4-pack.
I've never seen a Walmart with craft beer in it ever. So it's like funny.
Hey, Michigan. So when I went to Jamaica, I was all like what's the name of that beer they serve there? Jamaica.
Red Stripe.
I was all Red Stripe. I mean, I woke up at 7 a.m., went to the pool, met my buddy Conrad, and I drank all the Red Stripes. Then we go out to the beach, and then, like, I was all about, I need Red Stripe. But I'm like, when I got back here and I bought Red Stripe in the grocery, it just don't taste the same. But now we went to Michigan, and...
Let me finish my story about my beer here.
Okay.
Oh, were you talking, Todd?
Right, Oh, you were saying something?
I'm so unaware.
I don't even know what your voice sounds like. What are you talking about?
Oh my God, I hate you.
I thought this was from Saga Talk.
Yeah.
Because it has the label.
But it's from Walmart in Holland, isn't it? It's from Walmart.
No. It's from...
What is it?
Because it has the label of Saga Talk on there.
Right, Saga Talk brewed it, right?
No, they canned it. It says... It says hosted by weathered Souls Brewing Company in San Antonio.
Well, Weathered Souls came up with the original, but then they all different breweries and stuff.
Company, or canned by Saugatuck in Douglas, Michigan.
Yeah, but Weathered Souls came up with the original and the concept behind it, and all the breweries made their own beer based on their own spin. So
right,
that was still brewed and canned at Saugatuck.
Yeah, but I thought they came up with it, but it wasn't them. It was
no, it's all from Weathered Souls, right?
Yeah, but I didn't know that though. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So they didn't make all the beers though, right?
No, they made an original one there.
Yeah.
And then they pretty much teamed up with other breweries to use the name for the Black is Beautiful line. And then other breweries did their stuff.
It even says, I don't know if you can see it right there. It even says Weathered Souls.
Yeah, on there as well. Yeah.
Yeah. But what I was saying, I thought it was a Saugatuck.
It's upside down.
Oh, there it is, right there. I got it upside down. Right there. That's why I thought it was Saugatuck, so I was like, oh, I'll get that.
Yeah, it's still Saugatuck though.
Yeah. But it's just a regular American stout.
Yeah, they all different variants of it. Well, that's probably why it was only
not the Three Floyds bullshit. They were trying to pass it off as a stout, but it was definitely
more like a black IPA. Yeah.
Yes.
It's like, you think I'm an amateur? You think I don't know what a black IPA tastes like?
But it was like for $7. Yes, I think.
Yeah, 4-pack, sure. Support. Well, that's a Great Alaskan Bush Company. The ladies had me sit at their booth. I did taxis for 3 of them. They're only 80 stationed in Alaska. Alaska's still so cold. Spicy Meatball in here talking about speedballing boyfriends. Yeah, that was her ex-boyfriend that went along on that ride. I don't know, Gilbert. Yeah. He said a Spicy Meatball in here talking about speedballing boyfriends. Your ex-boyfriend from back in the day and the 2 girls. Erie's in the house.
Oh, yeah, without me. Yeah.
I hope you're still here, Erie. I don't know if Erie's still here or back on Warzone now, but pineapple always goes on pizza. Was checking back on the poll. Pineapple on pizza, yes or no? 55% yes, 45% no.
Those are
getting tight. It's getting tight.
So it's a 50-50, which is 1 vote.
Almost.
No,
got
1 vote.
You got 2 vote swing there, yeah.
Whatever.
Maybe 2, yes.
Whatever.
Depends on how many people are in it, yes.
She loves 60 Days In. I never even heard of the show before.
So she knows.
So
Erie, you've seen those where they're at the Rustic Frog.
So what it is, Rod, it's like it's an A&E TV show, and they pick 5 people from different that aren't felons or people that need to be in jail.
It's 3 women and 3 men.
Yeah, 6 people, and they are like, some of them are like they work in a boutique, some of them are like security officers, some of them are cops, but they have cameras everywhere in the jail. And so they follow these people that aren't criminals, but they're like, I'm gonna go in here.
They're trying to figure out how, like, they're smoggling drugs.
Yeah, they're rats.
They're trying to make it better.
They're rats.
They're rats. Yeah,
they're rats. Because I'm like, if you're in jail, I can do what you need to do to have 5.
But they film it like 5 miles from our house, basically downtown.
They did that for 2 seasons, and then people caught on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the inmates that they picked would come in there like, you're a fucking rat. We saw you on A&E.
Yeah, the second season, they're like, you're on TV, aren't you? They're like, no, I have no idea what you're talking about. What do you mean? Like, they're trying to play it off.
See, I feel like if they would have picked me to go into jail, I'm like, I'm happy right here. I don't want to come out.
They would never pick you on that show.
No, they wouldn't.
No, they would never pick you on.
Strip joint called. That would be a bad name for a strip club.
What is it? Moist Beavers. You should trademark that shit.
Put that on a t-shirt.
But if he
that might be a
might
be a good
no. Get my notebook out.
You get your notebook
If
out.
he trademarks that name in Canada, can we still trademark it in America?
No, it's trademarked. It's trademarked.
He may let you borrow it.
Maybe for a
can I borrow your moist beaver?
We could
Can I borrow your moist beaver?
I've never heard
like, yes. Well, let me borrow my moist beaver.
Oh my god.
I don't think anybody's ever said that before besides him.
Jim maple syrup out of Purple Woods, good as Quebec. Hey, Bri, what's going on, my friend? Sorry it took a while to get down. Bri's over.
Good morning. Where's he at?
He's in the UK.
Oh my God, get on here so I can hear your voice.
Well, he's kind of working right now, so he always chimes in when that work. Yeah.
No, so
he's probably got the thing playing, and people are like, "You got to come listen to these crazy Americans over here."
No, right.
Especially when that one lady's on there. Like, you gotta listen to this.
No, but I want to tell him about Emily in the conversation. Emily is like very hot, and she's like 28.
Talked about her.
Yeah. So anyway, God, I had a really important story to tell, and now I can't remember.
It wasn't that important.
The original script of The Goonies, a pair of a script gorilla steal a car and drive around the town as a side narrative. True story. Huh. Did not know that. Goonies was such a good movie back in the day.
That was a good movie.
I mean,
I bought a beer from. Where was it from?
Chad took it home with him.
Yeah, her friend had come over last week and he liked it so much. He's like, I want that can. I was
Yeah,
like, you can
my
take it home.
friend Chad.
It was Chunk.
the one you showed, yeah.
Yeah.
And so Todd gave Chad the beer, and it was like, he's like, oh my God, I love this so much. Oh, but you want to know how great Todd is. So my friend from high school comes over, and I fucking love it. Like, we were best friends in high school. I fucked with him so much. Like, one time we were driving in his car, and I like stuck my finger in my ear, and I was like, oh my God, my finger tastes like strawberries. I'm like, Chad, my finger tastes like strawberries. And then he fucking tasted my finger. And yeah. And then he was like, what the fuck?
A terrible friend. How she ever has any friends, I have no idea.
No, but
or has anybody in general in her life. No sense. I mean, apparently it makes some sense because I'm still here. But
yeah, because I'm just like, be you. You can be me too.
Terrible. Rolling in Indiana, sticking a finger in the ear and in the mouth.
Yeah. But it's like, he's like kind of traumatized about it. So
he brings it up pretty much.
And I was friends with Chad my freshman year of high school. So we've been friends. But then I'd meet a guy and I'd be my boyfriend. I'm like, well, it won't make them feel comfortable if I'm friends with Chad. And so I did that to him a few times, and he's like, I'm out. And then we didn't talk forever. And then I met Todd. Well, Todd was the last straw. Like, Todd met Chad, and then I was just like, because I don't want to make them feel uncomfortable because I got a guy friend.
We met him out before, and his wife was like, no.
Yeah, then he ended up getting divorced, and he reached out. But every year, he would wish me a happy birthday on Facebook. We didn't talk anytime over the year. But every year he'd be like, happy birthday. You know?
That's nice.
Oh my God, yeah. But like, he's a lot, like, I love Chad, but he kind of reminds me of Pat a little bit. It's like my way or the highway. Yeah. Like, I love Chad, and I'm so glad because it's like, you know, Todd and Chad are friends. Like, that's the thing. If you have a female friend and you're married and in a relationship, if they can't be friends with your partner, then bye. You know?
Talking about the maple syrup, Gilbert said it's cooked in copper pots over the flame, 150-year-old sugar shacks.
Oh.
Here's Bri, how are you? Yo, Blake, brilliant video, mate. Can I catch Blake? Yeah, if you want to check out Blake's channel, make sure you check out Blake TV. Fuck, need a holiday.
Don't we all?
Yeah.
No.
Don't we all?
Listen, you all might remember this, but it's going to be real short. But I was talking to my friend Emily. We were talking about...
She just said that?
No. But when I was in the car with Emily, I was telling her about, like, you know, Rod's going to do this thing at the end of the month, and he's going to have somebody sign in. And last month it was Craig. And I was like, I'm a little much, which is I'm very glad for Todd, because a lot of men would be like, why y'all drooling over Craig? You know? And then he's like, because it's his voice. And then it was like, I told Emily, I was like, we're talking about people hooking up with people, and he was like, no, love, you're not my cup of tea. But it's like, you just said love, like, no love. Like,
that's common. Yeah.
It's in England, but not here.
Yeah.
But I wonder if in England, love is like sweetie or honey.
Told you it wasn't short.
No, I don't think it is. I think that's
some
more
people
American.
get upset. Some women get upset when somebody calls them honey or sweetie or.
Yeah.
It don't bother me. Because it's like what you think of me has nothing to do with what I think about myself.
Perfect gift is pole dancing classes, thinking a nighttime job after.
There you go. OnlyFans. OnlyFans.
No.
As long as she can shoot people, then she's fine.
Yeah.
No,
if I told you I'm going to do pole dancing lessons, you'll be like, is our life insurance up to date?
You get it. Because you do hurt yourself sometimes.
Oh,
she hurts herself without, yes. That's good. I wasn't thinking about that, but you're totally right. I would totally be like, yes.
He sent me a TikTok today of like a little like camper you could put on the back of your truck, and it was real small. I'm like, can you imagine how bruised up I would be with all them little spaces? Like, I mean, pretty much everybody thinks he abuses me.
He said, me too, bro. We finally have someone coming in for my position. I gotta wait 2 more weeks. Yeah, then you get a little bit off your plate for sure. Pole, you meant scaffold pole. Cheers, Brian Erie. In the name of Pipe, Bear, and the Champion, right? I mean, that's your holy trinity. I'm just saying.
Right. Yes.
That's all you need for the cult. With like, Blake. Kaminga won, but the stripper pole makes more. He's enjoying the cheeseburgers, but bet that pole could hurt after a while. What are you doing to the pole there? Blake, you need to do more than videos. A lot of cooks don't know how to properly cook shellfish. That's true. You know, it doesn't matter how you cook stuff.
Yeah,
that is true.
Yeah.
Oh, Forrester. Very nice, Gilbert. I had a nice whiskey flight when I was down in Ocean City. That was pretty good.
Oh, nice. What kind of bourbons?
I had one that was a blended one that was made custom for the place I was at. The other one I had was, look at my thing. I was going to say, it wasn't like Bulwood or whatever. It was like a special edition of something.
Get it together, Rod.
I got, let's see, the first one was barrel bourbon. It was a dry 85 private blend, and it was a blend of a 5-year, a 10-year, a 14-year, and a 16-year. And then I had the Knob Creek single barrel cigar in the tropics, which was very nice. And then I had the Peerless Rye 5-year Old Creme Brulee single barrel, cast strength. So
nice.
It was like a flight of 3 of them. They were like, I think 1.5 ounce pours or whatever, but the first 2, the vanilla came off of it, and the sweet, it was so tasty. Third one kind of just punched you in the face, and that's okay sometimes.
It's like, here I am, son.
Yeah. It's like, wake up. It's like, wake up, bitch.
For a while, then it's nice to be punched in the face.
Once in a while, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, as long as you can take it, like, you know, Chris Rock took the slap. He didn't go down. You know, he took it.
Right.
Yeah.
Chris Rock is still out there, and Will Smith went into hiding. So who got the best?
No, he's still. Yeah, I mean, Chris is about to do a thing on Netflix talking about it, I think, on something they were talking about. But Will Smith is still doing stuff. They're shooting Bad Boys 4 right now and doing some other stuff. So,
well, you know what?
He's just kind of quiet down on what he's doing, but he's still working.
It was too big of a star to just like go in hiding. Period.
But you know what kind of like makes me like.
And everybody knows it wasn't him. It was all Jada.
That's what I'm trying to say.
JT Rubbery is correct.
But yet I'm still blaming it on her. And because if Todd would have got up there, I would have been like jumping in front of him. Like, I'll beat his ass before I'll let you get hurt, you know.
Yeah, he was
but
laughing.
She just sat there and was like.
He was laughing about it until she was looking at him, and he was like, Oh shit! You son of a bitch! You can't just say that about her.
It was one
But
of
that
those.
pisses me off about Jada too. If that's actually the story, it's like let him be him. If you're upset about it, then you be upset about it. He doesn't. If he's not upset about it, then you don't need to make him upset about it.
I mean, there's a backstory to it. Then there's a backstory, but just watching it, how could you not think anything other than that was all Jada?
I would have fucking divorced you if you would have done that. I'd have been like,
I wouldn't.
You can't even have enough fucking sense to sit here when the whole world is watching you.
For one, why would you jump in front of me?
Well, y'all continue. I'm gonna get a beer here.
When I've lost my hair for a long time ago, but
what are we talking about hair for? I don't know. How did we get to hair?
That's what the whole thing was over.
Oh, it was her with her disease.
Yes. Alopecia or whatever it is.
Alopecia
or whatever it's called. Yes.
Look, is Rod off? Like, why are we looking? Rod, don't do this.
It's the same thing they can see, just not.
Right.
We see it so big, they don't.
I know.
Jesus Christ.
Look at the camera.
You had to give me another beer. So keep talking.
Yeah, I said to get a beer.
Do we look like each other? Because they say when people are together for so long, they start looking like each other.
No, not yet.
Yeah, thanks.
Pineapple and pizza's up to 58%. Yes.
Yes.
Just to track on the poll right there. I need to put a new poll question up here.
I love poll questions.
To see here. I love seafood, but lobster isn't my thing. I haven't had lobster in a while. Tough. I do like, well, not if it's done right. I mean, lobster's surf and turf.
No. Okay, crab and lobster. Which one is more like?
They're both like bugs.
Your palate.
Probably lobster. Lobster's less work than the crab is. Crab takes too much work.
Yeah, crab.
Although technically both of them are like the bugs of the sea.
Yeah, but the crab, it's like, you gotta like open it up and all that stuff.
They're like if you eat a shrimp, you might as well eat a cockroach. Some people will say because the same proteins and stuff.
Yeah, like shrimp is.
Although some countries they do eat cockroaches too, like they fry them and stuff. Yeah.
And you know what? That's okay because maybe they don't have chickens and cows and crabs and fish.
No, they got other stuff there.
To get their protein is the fucking cockroaches.
Or crickets.
Whatever.
So if you were at
crickets at our neighbors a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
So good. It was really good.
No, literally. We have these neighbors and they're Vietnamese, right?
Yeah, Todd went over there and had to eat crickets. He still did.
Yeah. I'm in the fucking bathtub. And he brings them in. He's like, taste this. And I'm like, what is it? And he was like, crickets. And I'm like, I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah.
And then our last house, I was in the bath. He always brings these weird concoctions for me to eat when I'm in the bathtub.
Why are you taking a bath all the time?
Because, oh my God, it's the best thing ever. But anyway, it was that time when...
Not really, but...
I was in the bath. No, but when I was in the bathtub. And you and Kylie were, and they were goat balls. You called them something else. Rusty made them. And I'm like, no. No, they were goat. Well, what kind of...
It wasn't goat.
Well...
It was...
Somebody's balls. Somebody's balls.
What do you call them?
Were they sweaty?
Rocky spotted oyster.
No,
Were they sweaty balls?
Yeah, they were the mountain goats.
Sweaty balls. They weren't mountain goats. They were not mountain goats.
Where the fuck would you get mountain goat balls at?
I know, right?
Okay, Rod, I have a question for you.
No, let me get comments. Let me get comments. Let me get the comments.
Rod, where do you think the most available balls would come from?
No, I'm gonna message you right now.
Not the Rocky Mountains, but where do you think the most available balls? And
what do you mean most available?
You would never get balls from there. That would be hard to get balls from there. Where do you think it wouldn't be hard to get balls from?
I have no freaking idea. I'm not someone looking for balls.
You know not where to get them. I asked you that. You're not turning.
Is it an answer?
I asked you.
I don't
what
have
do
an
you think
answer.
the most elusive and best balls would be? Where would be the balls that you would eat? It would be like, they're from Dubai. And they're like, everybody eats the Dubai balls.
Dubai balls of what?
Like, I will tell you here in just a second because I just messaged him to see what
they're mountain goats.
What the animal is and what they're called. There's something rocky spotted oyster.
Oh,
something like that. Yeah, I know. Yeah, this one is always. I had it. It was like they're actually pretty good.
Big Daddy said fried clams rule. White Castle has it. I never saw White Castle have fried clams. Me either. Fresh seafood in town and flown in O'Hare every day. Yeah, I mean, I know the restaurant, like, you're out there to get them flown in and stuff. Although
O'Hare, that's on the East Coast, right?
That's in Chicago.
Chicago.
Oh.
But they probably get seafood out of the Great Lakes and stuff too up there, I would think. Thanks, Brian. Appreciate that, bro. Need to hear that little. Well, we already went there. We went to that little penis thing. Use my little penis to get towards the airport. Cheers.
Whatever.
Brian said she's talking about EB.
Listen.
EB didn't defend himself on that, bro.
Yeah, he's right. Yeah, he's right.
No, but sometimes, here's the thing. Like, if a woman feels fat or a man feels like he's got a little penis, it's like if you're like, I'm so fat, then your partner starts to believe that. And then you're like, oh, my penis is so little. And it's like, I never even thought about that. But you keep pointing it out. Like, don't point that shit out to each other.
Well, you said the girls were talking about it.
Yeah. Oh, it's everybody.
I mean, no, you said the girl was talking about whoever that person was. Not the fat, the little penis thing.
So he said they're turkey and they're turkey fries. He said also like hog fries. I've not had beef or lamb fries, but I'd like to try it someday.
Oh my god, breasty is.
But those are balls.
Yes, yeah.
Why they call them fries? Why they call them fries then? I wonder.
But they call them turkey fries.
But were they more like chewy than the gizzards that you get from? Because I feel like they would be so chewy.
No,
like
they were
gizzards.
They actually were more like livers. They actually are pretty decent. They're not bad. Honestly, they're not bad.
I'm so proud of you that you did that. Yeah.
Seafood is swimming for Nova Scotia and Toronto.
Oh,
stop and even a legendary fish market in Toronto.
Rod.
Hold on, let me get through the comments.
I'm gonna forget.
Write it down. Whisper to Todd.
No, don't do that. Here we go. See, thanks, Rod.
Blake said, all of a sudden, I don't want this small pickle with this burger.
Because we were talking about the food.
She ruined the small pickle for you. Exactly. What are they doing, Shannon? I waited all night for your questions. What questions? Pecker, penis, Johnston, cocknong. Just gonna play word association, Gilbert? Is that what we're doing?
Like, no, I know what he's going. He's like, what's your favorite word?
Is that what you think he's doing?
Tallywhacker.
Oh, Tallywhacker to Ben Snyder. Okay, back to that now.
Oh my God, you remember that? Oh my God, I feel so hurt.
Some things you just don't forget.
How could you not forget? Yeah, how could you not remember that?
Oh my God, that's like one of my core childhood memories.
Oh my God. Blue Moon on tap is way better than the bottle or can. More than any other beer to me. Yeah, well, everything on tap is usually better, but you're saying Blue Moon really stands out.
Baby steps.
I would actually visit their Blue Moon Brewery in Colorado if I was ever there, just because I heard it was actually a pretty cool spot.
Yeah. Right, yeah.
Shannon needs just 2 more Belgian moons. Oh, you would think that.
Oh my God. You know,
why turn off the bridge, right? Right here? You went off the bridge on that turn.
A long time ago.
Yeah.
No. Okay, I just had this thought. You know who could end the world?
Who?
If me and Eric got together and we were BFFs, we would just fucking implode the world. It would be like the Umbrella Academy on
like Pinky in the Brain.
Like literally. Like I know it makes me not like a sweet little girl, but The shit that Eric puts on.
You shouldn't.
I only get on Facebook for Eric's posts.
You shouldn't say that on that. What terminology though is if we got together.
Catfish.
No, as BFFs. I said as BFFs. Oh no, me and Eric
You guys are slingers.
Murder each other. No, Eric is the only chuckles I actually get. I laugh even if I'm about alone and Eric posts this shit, and it just makes me laugh all by myself.
I think he makes everybody laugh every day with the stuff he posts. Whoa! I told my glass of water.
What's a catfish?
We were talking about fish, catfish. You never had catfish?
No, I do not like catfish. But when I go to Cracker Barrel and they have their catfish, I'm like, yeah.
Roasted duck pizza, pretty good. That sounds interesting.
Ooh.
I would try that.
That sounds like a dish Vanessa would make up.
You ain't living if you haven't had duck or goose. I've never had goose, but duck
I never had goose either. But
I've had duck, but never goose.
Oh, that fucking duck. Or
Be sitting and look at the menu. Duck, goose.
Right.
I'll have the goose.
You get up on the round table until somebody catches it, or what happens there?
East Coast pizza. Walk in, grab a slice. In Midwest, you sit down and eat pizza. Yeah, Midwest. Well, as my Midwestern friends have told me over the past few years, that's for the tourist shit, the thick pizza. They actually still get the sliced stuff that we get too, but tourists think
that's money.
But here's the thing, I like them pizza, and I like the regular. But if it's just got to be done right. I love deep dish Pizza Hut because it's kind of crispy and all that stuff. And some people like Pizza King. They're not thin crust, but it's thin. I don't want it to be like a cracker.
54 to 36%. Oh, pineapple on pizza. It's getting closer.
Whatever brewery also makes, in my opinion, probably the best pizza around here, New Albanian. They have a deep dish. What do they call it? Everything but the kitchen sink or something, where they upside down, where the sauce is, I don't know. It's like a deep dish. I don't know, but it's really good.
He loves pizza. Is it still your favorite food, pizza?
I mean, it's up there, but I don't know.
My favorite food is fried fish. With a good tartar sauce. The tartar sauce can fucking ruin it. And I don't like a real big, thick piece of fish. It's gotta be bread, sauce, protein. It's gotta be a good ratio,
With the right size fish you can handle.
Yeah, exactly. So anything.
Ever since I have no accent, but I add the word dipshit as punctuation in my sentences. Weird, right? Dino's BLT Pizza in Chicago. Bomb. JT, try it because they're both in Chicago.
Nice.
I did a poll on Twitter about Chicago and East Coast pizza. And East Coast pizza was winning a lot, but someone brought up Detroit pizza, which I wasn't really familiar that Detroit had their own style of pizza too. Which
I didn't think anybody ever doesn't live in Detroit anymore.
No, I've heard that before too.
Yeah, it's almost like it's a Sicilian type pizza.
But also,
it's big, it's rectangular, and it's done in a pan and stuff too. But it looked really tasty.
Also, bringing up a point you said a while ago, Midwest type pizza. I don't know if it has a name, but Midwest type style pizza. Also,
well, I think of Midwest, people think of Chicago when they think of Midwest.
Well, probably so, yeah. But like you said, this is where the original.
Yeah, you look at Domino's and Pizza Hut were the first two. Domino's was Domino's Ypsilanti was Michigan, I think. I'm trying to think. Pizza Hut might have been Kansas or something, but yeah. East Coast got the neighborhood accents. In the Toronto area, you're able to hear where people are from. It's been educated out. Greetings, all still flooded down the road another few inches tonight. Lucky bastard, about 50 miles south of.
And he just had an anniversary.
Cheers. We're all smoking. Huh?
He just had an anniversary. Happy anniversary.
Oh, for CB?
Yeah.
Yeah. Happy anniversary. And stay safe there. Yeah, he's got flooding down in West Virginia. So he's on the other side of Kentucky from where you guys are. So they're feeling it there. and they got more stuff coming in, I think. So
yeah, I can see it. Yeah, they're talking about, like I said, except every day but Saturday, I think, for the next, at least till next Wednesday anyway.
I mean, some of the spots in Kentucky, some of the houses were almost covered. That's how much water they had in some areas. Like, I've never seen it that high. And Andy Bashir was like, this might be the most we've ever had at any time. But hey, climate change isn't real, so it's not like it's going to happen again.
Yeah, right.
Right.
I try to avoid these conversations, Rod.
Why? You don't avoid any other conversation?
No, because
right.
Yes.
So she's a censor. Wait a minute. She is a censor. Wait a minute, Todd. She has Todd. She has a censor. And you didn't tell me. Like there's certain things she won't talk about.
Like when, yes.
If I did, you should about tell me.
No, because it's a very serious topic.
Oh, here we go.
It is. It is.
Because one of my down points in my life was when we got all of the Afghanistan people out, and then all the women were left there to the Taliban, and I was probably depressed for 2 weeks because I'm like getting online. I'm like, I want to bring them people into my house. We got 2 extra bedrooms. I want to get all them people here.
Yeah.
You know. But like I get down, like everybody thinks I'm so happy, but I get down about the things I can't.
She's trying to do it with the Ukrainians too.
Oh my God, that was worse than the Afghanistan.
No, I know. That's what I thought you were talking about at first.
Yeah, no. When Ukraine and Russia went together, I was just like so obsessed, and I'm just like, why do I get to be? But why do I get to be here? Why do I get to be here?
This is
Go
where you're
job. I can go to work without worrying about being a bomb dropped on me. Why do I get to live this life?
Because you do.
And they don't. And they're suffering. And I'm like, why? I didn't do anything to deserve it.
It's just where you're at.
I know. I'm very shallow.
This is where Jesus comes in. You had no choice in that.
The Church of Blake, the Blakeaholics.
Therefore, that's why you're here. Yeah, I'm
I mean, there's all kind of places that were, you know.
Oh, no. Let me ask this.
No, I got to go through these comments. I'm like way behind on
I love it when people tell me I'm out of line. I really do. Because you're honest.
You're out of line. I didn't get the comments.
I don't think Todd's hammered yet. Now, Shannon, I'm not sure, but.
I don't think so, but I could be. Maybe. I don't know.
Everything. Yeah, Brian was checking on CB as well. And cheers. And everybody's saying for CB, stay safe, of course. And then anybody down there in the West Virginia and Kentucky regions, you know. I saw in Kentucky like 8 people had died from the flooding, so it's always sad to hear.
Yeah.
There he said, no war zone working out. She has us on the TV and she's chatting on the phone because she's a multitasker, so she's always doing stuff. And it's wild area, lots more storms that keep getting bigger. Yeah, unfortunately, I think going forward, we're going to have a lot of big storms, not just thing coming through, but as the temperatures and keeps rising and different things start happening.
Global warming.
It's kind of crazy. It's addicting. They put them in there to use them to find out how they get stuff in. And stuff is crazy. They can pinpoint the plants.
Yeah, I get addicted to everything. Just for a little while. But yeah.
Scary indeed. Her son's bridge got washed out 4-wheeler to the house, but creeks a river now. Wow.
Damn.
Here we go with the accent thing.
Where's Craig? Where's Craig?
Nope. Are you working, Bri? Weatherman just said 2 more days of rain, another 4 to 6 inches is possible over same area already hit. Yeah. That's crazy. I feel like I live in this shit factory, Bri says.
No, like I'm about to be out, so I'm like,
hey, at least no one's fucking up machines right now, right?
I'm not answering that.
Let's see here. Love the trap pop. Yeah, the trap's good stuff. Don't believe that, Mrs. EB. I call people love all the time, Erie said. Yeah, but I think that's an American thing to do that.
No, it's English and it's hot.
90s blowout. What was your drink and what was your music jam in 1994? Do not be embarrassed by your answer. They are the rules. 1994. Why 1994? Where did you just pull that number out of, Emerson?
That's my freshman year in college.
That was after coming out halfway through the grad program. I'm trying to think. 1994. At the time, then I just finished some bartending. I think back then, one of the drinks I used to drink a lot of would have been Lynchburg lemonades and Long Island iced teas, and I used to do like Alabama Slammer shots a lot back then. What was my music back then? Music jam in 94. I just finished DJing like in 93, and I'm trying to think in 94. I can't think what my jam was, but I know I used to play the hell out of like when the radio show, like Ice Cube, Naughty by Nature, Cypress Hill, Public Enemy, Boogie Down Productions, EP&D, Redman. One of the songs would have been Ice Cube Wicked, but I think that was 93. I used to have a heck of a mix I used to do on the radio with that one.
I was thinking like Ice Cube and it'd be like Snoop Dogg back then. Well, but that's probably
G thing. G, nothing but a G thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably it's probably like
Well, 187 came out. 187 was my jam for a bit from the Deep Cover soundtrack. Boom, boom, boom. And then we had Tupac out too. So you had like Oh, was that before? That was before 94, like Trapped and
I think
if my homie calls.
I think he went big like in 94 though, I think.
Well, Biggie was big then too, so Biggie would have been big.
No, I think Tupac was big in 94.
Yeah. Yeah, he was already big by then because when I met like Shock G and him from Digital Underground, he had already been doing stuff with them too. And I was like 90.
Oh, yeah.
When I met them. Yeah.
Was that Round and Round, I think?
The
was that what's called Round and Round?
Yeah, that was one, but that was like the line one of the song, but same song was one he did with
same
Digital
time,
Underground. Yeah. Because he used to be a backup dancer with Digital Underground before he went big.
Right.
On his own. Yeah.
Yeah.
Busta Rhymes was really starting to come into his own, which was crazy. And we're in the 90s, like you couldn't even do a remix and rap if you didn't have Busta Rhymes. It's like you want to do a remix, make it official, you had to get Busta on your shit. Good times back in the 90s. Good times. But I was also in our station. We were an alternative station, so that's where I developed even more of an appreciation for some of the other stuff. So we were playing like early 91 and 2. We were playing stuff like REM, and we were playing Soundgarden, and we were playing Nirvana.
That was big then too. Yeah.
The Rollins Band. Cowboy Junkies. We were playing a whole bunch of other groups. Our thing with the station we were at for the college station is we would play it to break artists in, but once they got like big or started getting like flow on other stations, we stopped playing. So we would play like Red Hot Chili Peppers before they really took off on some stuff, and we would do that with other groups. So that's probably the most fun job I ever had that I never got paid for, but I had the most enjoyment was probably being a radio DJ. Good stuff. Newfies use lover in the place of sweetie. At full yes. 5 fingers to the face, slap, right?
Yeah.
Yes, we did. Todd and Shani, you're funny as hell. They are. Oh crap! I knew once I had Shannon on tonight, it was going to be a great entertaining show for sure. Sea bugs, right? That's the sea bugs. I stay away from those other mammals' nuts. Good move. Here's a beer question. When do Irish stouts become session beers? For the longest time, I mean, if you look at it now, well, you kind of think that, but actually, if you look at session beers from where they started in the UK, you were usually about 3 to 3.5%. So they were usually bigger than that, but I think under America, we've kind of more Americanized them into kind of being our session. Like we'll see stuff on session beers up to like 5.5, I think at times. When technically it was more around 3 to 3.5. So she laying on the couch?
Yeah, she's out.
So you wanted to ask her a question.
I know she tried to pass it off on me. I was like, I ain't asking that question. What it is, but I ain't.
Gilbert loves a good sausage lasagna. I like some of the 3 cheese, 4 cheese, some of the double meat. Dino's Pizza on Higgins. Ooh. Yeah, they're talking about where to go in Chicago. Irish styles have always been session beers. LOL. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I didn't look into the history of them. I just know, like, as I drink this Murphy's, but I think it would be in a 4% ABV. That's just higher than what the usual session level would be. But maybe it was. Maybe it was.
Isn't session now considered like less than 5% or no?
I think in America it is. But over there, you know, when you look at stuff and like the stuff that I've read and researched around beer, usually 3 to 3.5 is what was kind of your traditional session.
I mean,
I mean, because you're taking like at lunch, you're going back to work probably, you're doing some other stuff there. I mean, I don't know who's entitled to have a session beer. Like if you're a surgeon, can you have a session beer and then go back to work after lunch? I don't know if they will really want you to do that. Or if you're piloting the plane. I mean, it's only 3%, but I don't know. I don't know what the rules are. Got Peggy in the house. Hey, Peggy, what's going on? Good to see you. Your daughter-in-law is like laying on the couch right now.
It has been a while. Yes.
Hopefully you're doing well, staying safe. Roll with the dice in trailer parks is why we're here. Sandy's going, why are we here? To roll with the dice in the trailer parks. Not a good spot to be in a tornado type things, trailer park for sure. Detroit Pizza is badass. Jet Pizza came to Chicago. Everyone I know likes it. Okay, so we've had, when I was in Kentucky, we had Jet's Pizza open up. So that will be considered Detroit Pizza. Jet's Pizza is pretty good pizza. So I would definitely say I do like what they're doing there. So I have had the Jet's Pizza.
Yeah, I heard that was pretty good.
Yeah. Have you seen anything down where you're at or in Louisville or anything? Or
I was trying to think, like, it's either Jet's Pizza or City Pizza. I can't remember what the name of it. I don't know. It sounds familiar, though. I'm not sure.
Because Jet's does the rectangle one. It's pretty good.
Yeah, this one would. It was just like normal slice.
It's kind of like a Sicilian type pizza feel to it.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't have any that I see popping up on my Yelp here, but out where you're at least if you go up towards Cincinnati, I know they have them, so maybe they'll get down to your area too. SAT. I'm planning a states trip if monkeypox lets up, son. yeah, monkeypox is on the outbreak. Now we got the next subvariant of the COVID breaking out, which not as lethal as the other versions, but you know, still got to quarantine if you get it or whatever. And
just quit banging monkeys. Like that, you're done. Just quit doing it.
Alabama Slammer shots of the shit. Yeah, I mean, back in the day, Southern Comfort was my thing too. That was my favorite alcohols in college. So putting that into Southern Comfort into a Alabama Slammer, oh yeah, that worked out well. All about 9 Inch Nails and Zima mixed with anything I get my hands on. Not the Zima. Do not bring up Zima, especially if Erie's here. She'll go crazy about that. But 9 Inch Nails was good back then too.
Zimas with Jolly Ranchers.
Smashing Pumpkins. I was a fan of them back then as well.
Yeah, Smashing Pumpkins. I think Shannon liked them a lot.
And 9 Inch Nails is the one. They had the crazy video I really liked with the been caught. No, that's Jay's Addiction had been caught stealing. I like that song from back then. There's one of the dogs barking in the beginning.
9 Inch Nails is always like popular for "Fuck You Like an Animal."
Yeah, yeah. And we had Bush back then too. Glycerin.
Yeah, Bush was good.
Yeah. You know, Emerson always comes on and brings back all these memories in my head of stuff we did back in the day. It's like you were following me around or something. You find the right topics every time you come on here. Judgment Night movie soundtrack playing loop as we were fucked up on Zima. Yeah. I actually remember watching Judgment Night. For Ice Cube, Pete Rock, CL Smooth, Big Main Source, Outkast, Ghetto Boys. You'd have loved my show back in the day, then Gilbert.
Yeah, but, no kidding. Yeah,
Main Source, Looking Out the Front Door. That was one of my jams back then. Outkast had just busted upon the scene like in '93, I think. So they were getting hot there.
Probably, yeah.
Ghetto Boys out of Texas, Rap a Lot Records. Yeah, it's like the Pete Rock, CL Smooth. Yeah, I'm gonna actually set up I got a new table I ordered. So I'm gonna put up a record player for my turntable that hooks into the computer that I got behind me, so I can start listening to some music in here. I've actually got the still on vinyl, the House of Pain Jump Around Pete Rock CL version of it, which is smooth. Yeah,
jump around.
I would like to do like a music show where I can like play music, but then YouTube gets all crazy about that kind of shit.
Oh yeah, copyright infringements. Can't do that.
Just a nice soundtrack. The one CD that ignited everyone. That wasn't a nerd. What was that one Ice-T was in? He did the movie Trespass. It was him and Ice Cube in it. I remember that soundtrack. I think I got that soundtrack here on vinyl. The Chronic was hitting in '94. Yeah, it was. When that came out, that was pretty smooth. So Gilbert, you like this. Like they had the 30-year thing. I don't think I put it on my Facebook page. I was reading an article on Facebook earlier, but they came out with saying Ice Cube, No Vaseline, the best diss record of all time. Like it was voted on or whatever. And I guess it's the 30-year anniversary of it. But I remember when he dropped that on NWA, that was just like,
oh yeah.
Yeah. like y'all better leave that boy alone. You don't want to mess with him. Blue Moon be hitting hard, right? Later out. Like, I know Blue Moon put people down like that.
Blue Moon, yeah.
Yeah.
Blue Moon, yeah. All three of them.
Miller like, make a joke now. Make a joke now.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
It's the pub culture. They be drinking all day. Yeah, so you want those sessions like lower when you're drinking all day like that. I love Zima in all caps. Of course you do. I don't know why you do, but of course you do.
What's Erie's favorite flavor of Jolly Rancher to go in at?
Oh, you're there, Erie. Yeah.
Flavor that goes in there, right?
What's your favorite flavor to neutralize that bad taste of a Zima?
Yeah, exactly.
The Zima, the Friday drink for white trash. Oh, cheers, you peeps are fun. I was drinking Crazy Horse on my down days, but I always dreamed of Zima drinks. Oh, it's funny, Emerson.
Drink bigger than that.
Oh, man. All righty, JT. Cheers, my friend. Always good talking with you. Y'all have a good one. Stay safe and stay cool up there as well. Here he says blue raspberry. Blue raspberry was her favorite.
Oh, there you go. Blue raspberry. Oh, yeah. That could be like... No, not so much.
I'm just thinking, like, if you put the Jolly Rancher in the Zima, why don't you guys just get a Bartles and James or something?
Right? I mean, it's kind of like all the other, like, orange to go in there. I'm like, no,
right.
I don't want an orange to go in, like Blue Moon, whatever. Like, I don't want an orange to go in this. Like, no, I don't.
Yeah, Spotify's a lot more flexible on copyright. Yeah, I've got like my podcast. I think that pops up there on there. But podcasts, you don't have to worry about the copyright as much. It's just like with YouTube, and me and EB had talked about that before. Like if this was like a podcast, you know, you have to worry about it. But because it's video, they have issues.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. That's kind of weird.
Zima was like a starter kit. You had to make it your own. It was like your like a MySpace of drinks. Is that what you're saying? Like you had to customize it to fit your character. That's exactly what it was. Zima is a MySpace of drinks. I
MySpace.
I got the blue raspberry and the orange because that's my Zima. No Vaseline, greatest diss track of all time. You know, I feel like it is up there. I always have like a sentimental feel back to KRS-One when he did the Bridges Over, but that's actually kind of a little bit of a shorter type thing. And that was like the first time anybody's been called out on a diss track, like directly. But I would probably say at this point, Ice Cube, No Vaseline probably is the greatest. I know some people have put in like Tupac hit him up, which I never really thought that was as much. I mean, really, take out Tupac's verse, it doesn't really say too much from the other people on the track, really. There was like Nas and Either, and then there was somebody else is what I can't remember who it is, but that one definitely just stood out. I think it was just the rawness of when Cube did that track, just compared to all the other things. It was just like went right at him, you know. And if you knew the history about him, it was kind of like he didn't hold anything back, like the whole lipstick and everything like that, because before Dre and Yellow were NWA, they were basically like a glamour type group. And they would have like makeup as glitter and stuff on when they would perform. So when he did that, it's like, oh, you went deep into the closet to attack them now. So they were another team back then. So yeah.
I feel like one of the first like diss tracks though back in the day would have been like UTFO and Shantae Roxanne.
That would have been one of the early diss tracks when she did Roxanne's Revenge. Yeah, that would have been. Yeah. That was one of the early classic diss tracks.
I mean, there might have been some before that, but that's like one of the first ones I remember back in the day. Like
that one would have been probably after, I believe, KRS-One did The Bridge Is Over when he attacked the Juice Crew, which was Shantae as well. And it was funny. I was watching something that she was on one of the shows. It was a show, I think, like on, I don't know, one of the cable networks. And she had talked about that track and how it pretty much hit her, like, you know, how he just pretty much called out her name and said she was, you know, nothing better than steady fucking, like, type thing. And it was just like, she's like, you don't even know me. Like, how are you going to just throw that out there? Like, yeah, it was just like, but it was like the first time someone used a name out there, which was interesting. But KRS-One definitely proved himself, you know. I'm trying to think of the other diss tracks that were out there. I mean, Third Base had a diss track when they went against Hammer.
Oh, yeah.
The one with Snoop and Dre Day, they were dissing Easy, and they were dissing Luther Campbell from Two Live Crew, and there's been some other. And then Ice Cube had one against Cypress Hill as well, where he dissed them on one that was pretty good too. I think he did that when he was with West Side Connection. The Hill Was Real.
I remember that one.
Something. Yeah, he had that one as well. He goes after Be Real and Muggs and all of them. So Ice Cube had the lines. He had the lyrics. It's so funny now seeing him. Now he's well, it's funny because now you just see him as a corporate. Like there's a generation that grew up, or a couple generations that don't really know him from that past. So they see him as the big three basketball guy, or they see him as the Are We There Yet guy, you know, these little comedies with Kevin Hart or whatever it may be. And it's just like, they don't even know the other history behind them. So Cube has a pretty good career going. He's done some good things. So, yeah. YouTube is a pain in the ass. At times, you got to deal with some of the shit there. People who just seem to drink Miller Lite. Eric Brenner's not even here to defend himself.
Shane ain't either now at the moment.
Not a fan of any light macro. A nice mid 4% pale or nice. I'm with you there. Like I said, 4% dry Irish stout, Murphy's. It's a nice little walk back to the past. We're so spoiled now with the stouts that we get with all the different big flavors and things like that. But if you want to see what a classic is like, you know, you can check that out. And actually, I'd probably put this ahead of the Guinness draft as far as a preference there. To actually enjoy once in a while. Yeah,
that's pretty good.
I'm going to end that one poll, and it looks like when I end the poll, 56% said pineapple and pizza, yes, to 44% saying no. So overall, pineapple came out on top and being appreciated as being part of the pizza.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's kind of surprising.
I think it's how you work the pineapple in. You got to have the right combination. So
no, you're definitely right about that. That's for sure.
Like if you get that sweetness with something savory, that's probably what balances out. Like, you know, with Gilbert had talked about the bacon and the ham, you know, like the meat type feel, the pineapple, and then with the jalapeno, or if I do like the steak and
when you
the jalapeno and the pineapple. Yeah.
I'll do that one.
Yeah, I'm a fan of there you go. I've had the wrong comment. I'm a fan of both of them. When I was DJing, and I think it was 91 or 92, our music director said, you got to check out this album, whatever. And they gave it to me. And it was this Red album. And it was the initial album that Cypress Hill had done. And he's like, just check this song out, like Hand on the Pump or whatever like that. And it was like, just blew my mind. So it was like Hand on the Pump that we played there. Then like Pigs was on that one as well. But that one when it was like the sawed-off shotgun and he did a break in it. It was just like, what was that little break in there? Like, it just hooked you right in. And then he had the other tracks on it. And from that point on, I became like a Cypress Hill fan for sure. And Showtime, if you have Showtime, they have a special on Cypress Hill that you can catch on there where they go through the Cypress Hill kind of history and stuff. Pretty cool to check out some of the stuff they actually are doing, what they actually did. Because I didn't realize at one point, after I got out, got into the real world work and I wasn't listening to music as much. Like at one point, Muggs had actually left and they got other fill-ins and they kind of got back together, but it just kind of went through the thing they had to transcend and where they felt, they needed to separate a little bit, but then how Be Real got them back in and all kind of stuff. And then they got like the rock side of the stuff they do, and which led to them like doing the Rockstar, the album, that one came out where it was Rockstar. They switched it over to Rap Star as well. And the crowds that they energize, I mean, they're like a one group that can headline, whether it's a hip hop show or a rock show. They were talking about like a hardcore rock show. You could have Cypress Hill out there headline and people will go crazy for them and stuff. So they had a good feel. They had a good dynamic to bring that together. And you heard that in their music a lot of stuff too, that you kind of had that feel. And I always thought there was like kind of some type of closeness you could have between some of the hardcore hip hop and some of the hardcore, like say, metal type thing, because there was kind of like some different things that you could kind of see going together. And I just feel like Cypress Hill was that one group that fused them both in.
Right.
Yeah, that were able to do that. So
no, they're together.
Yeah, they're one of my favorites. Pineapple people. Some people just want to watch the world burn. while eating a slice of pineapple and pepperoni there, I'm assuming. Temple of Boom is up for albums. Nice. Yeah, bring out some Cypress Hill. But cool. I actually got caught up.
That was a good one for sure.
Yeah. So I don't know if I can figure out some way to do some music type stuff. That would be kind of cool too. But I may do something different with that. I like to just chill, listen to music sometimes, and I'm seeing more and more people like kind of just listen to vinyl now. It's kind of cool seeing it come back and everything.
My daughter asked for a record player. It's been a couple of years ago. She's like, I want to get some vinyl. I was like, you mean records? She's like, no, vinyl. I'm like, yeah, it was kind of the same thing, but whatever. Like that's new age saying for records is vinyl. Yeah, we'll call it. I mean, yes, back in the day, that's what it was called, but then it became records, and now it's vinyl again. So it's
like, we do that. Yeah,
you're right.
It was like a couple of weeks. I had to go up to New Jersey. We're going for my mom's birthday weekend. And she was like, she's always like had a record. She had a smaller record collection, but she'd always like be guarded about it. And she's like, are you going to want these records and stuff anyway when you come up and everything? I'm like, oh, you're going to give up the records now? And she's like, not all of them. I'm just asking if you want some of them. And I'm like, yeah, I'll be picking up some. Yeah. I need some.
I remember I always had like the 45s. It's like the single song on the B side, on the B side of it, whatever.
I think the 145 I remember the most having played the shit out of it too. Like as a kid, it was fucking La Chic Freak Out. That's just that was just like then you would always hear it like at the roller skating rinks and stuff too. Yeah. I also had like Rod Stewart. Do you think I'm sexy? I think. Do you think I'm sexy? Yeah, I think that was Rod Stewart. Like I had that on the 45, and then
I used to always love the. Was it Paul McCartney and Michael Jackson? Say.
Oh, say, yeah.
Say. Yeah, I used to have that. I played the shit out of that on 45. It's like, yes.
Yeah, I've actually got the Thriller album on vinyl. That's actually in my collection here. I got Purple Rain, 1999, the double set for Prince on vinyl. I don't know how many records I actually got, but it's like 3 Rubbermaid tubs of stuff, and they've got like special like DJ mixes on stuff too that were done, like for some of the remix stuff they did for hip hop and everything too. So it's kind of funny when we talk about listening to 43 on satellite, like LL's channel, and it's like,
oh yeah,
sometimes I'll drive to some pop, I'm like, I think I got that record at home. I've heard it in so long. I think I do have that one. Yeah,
yeah, I know that one.
Yeah. But it is funny seeing vinyl come back around now. Like the young kids are like, "Oh, it's vinyl." Yeah. Like,
I know you're like,
yeah, we did that.
I don't know. Now, what are you talking about? What's next? 8-track?
and I imagine them talking about like trying to tell like to their parents like it's something new. It's like, yeah, we already did that. Yeah, we know.
Yeah, like that's why you have CDs now. No, you don't have CDs anymore. It's just all downloadable stuff, whatever.
Yeah, they bring CDs back. They better not bring back those big boxes that were a pain in the ass to get into.
Yeah, right.
That was like the worst packaging ever. Like you had this little CD, but you get this long box that was like
I know they were
whatever they used like to stick them for the plastic wrap or whatever they put on there. It took forever to get into the damn thing, or they had them in those like little things that like Sam Goody.
You're like, okay, fair enough. I bought the thing. I'm gonna get into it now.
Yeah, they did things that Sam Goody where it was like in a little manila type thing, and you take this whole thing up there. They had to find a key to open it so they can get the thing out of there. And
yeah,
it's like
take off like the sensor on it or whatever, so you can steal the thing going out the door. Like, what?
I was like, why has it got such high level security on this CD?
You're right.
Like, it's crazy. I think Spotify's the best place for the format, and they even do a video podcast. Yeah, so any of the podcasts I do, although the last ones I've started redoing on the channel for the podcast are all audio, but yeah, I've done video ones on there too, where the videos can pop up there as well now, which is pretty cool because they're like the first ones to kind of doing that for that type of thing. But I haven't heard too many people that are actually, I know people are doing it, but I don't know how many people are actually getting involved in doing it that way. Because it's kind of like you got the YouTube if you want to do it that way for video. Do you really want to do that or just use it as a second spot? Maybe, I don't know. There's too much social media that you have to come up across all the time.
That's sure.
Yeah. You see. What did Gilbert say here? Gilbert said, Emerson said, I saw on Reddit, which I don't frequent often, but they were trying to start up a Gen X town. Totally not lying. I'd be there in a New York minute. It became a thing. That'd be kind of interesting to see what they would actually,
yeah.
Yeah, it's like, a lot of times they try to skip over us as Gen Xers and stuff. Like you'll hear millennial this or boomer that or that and everything. And it's just like, hey, we're right here. Like, it's kind of like, I was thinking like the scene, like the Breakfast Club when they're trying to run from the principal. You remember that scene they're running by and then Ali Sheedy just like sits down and watches them run back and forth. I feel like that's Gen X, just watching the millennials and boomers run back everywhere.
Right.
And we're just looking for our vodka in the locker. That's all we're doing. Looking for the vodka in the locker.
I mean, we're at today's age right now. It's like Gen X is the heartbeat of it all.
Yeah.
We're there from the beginning and through the transition of where we're at now, from like gaming to computers to like we've been through it all from the start to the end so far.
But there's nothing that really surprises us, something like that and everything. It's kind of like,
right.
Our parents kind of being more of the boomer type thing. They had to deal with the stuff they dealt with, and by the time we grew up, we were growing up doing a lot of stuff ourselves, kind of coming home from school, making our own food, like to cook something. We didn't have to wait for someone to show up. Like nowadays, and like nowadays, you have some kids that are like, oh, I was going to wait here till my mom or dad gets home, now get something to eat. Like, aren't you like 8 or 9? Can't you just make pizza rolls or something? Can't you do, oh no, I didn't wait for them to show up. I'm like, really? So we're like, but we don't have that thing is just like, get up there and do it yourself, kid. What's the problem? That's just kind of how we look at some things.
That part of us rubbed off on our daughters. Like, you're 9 years old. Do you want to? Here's how you turn it on. Just make the shit yourself.
Yeah.
Don't start a fire. Like, it's all good. She's been doing her laundry since she's like 10 or 11 years old. Like doing her own laundry. Like we ain't done her laundry for I don't know, 6-7 years now, I guess, probably. Like, self-sufficient, just, take care of it. Make your own lunch, do whatever you want. Like, yeah.
It's like some of my friends that are like managers that are Gen Xers and stuff that they deal with other things like where they have millennials. It's just like, they're like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, how do you not know to do this? How do you not know to, like, and I've like some of the people like I've known in HR where it's like somebody didn't get a job and their parents are calling, why did my son get a job? Or, well, like, really? Are you fucking going to call because your kid didn't get hired? Like,
right.
It's like, yeah, it's totally different type shit nowadays. But
that is true.
We're just like, suck it up, It's just like.
Rub some dirt on it.
Yeah. It's like we have people here sometimes do the stuff that we do sometimes. We'll have meetings and people ask questions. I just sit there like, just tell me what you want. I'm good. I'll get it done. And it's just like people are going like, can I leave? Or I got to stay here and wait till their answers. Their answers are done too, because I already understand what my purpose is.
You're right.
I used to hurt me back in school. It's like somebody would ask a question, stop the teacher. We all had to sit there and wait. Like, can't you ask that after the class? Like after class, let us get out, and then you can ask where you're lost at type thing. But maybe that's just me. That might be just my personality as well.
Yeah, maybe not.
All my albums are digital now, way easier. Yeah, but sometimes I like the crackling of the vinyl on some of the old stuff. It kind of just brings back the nostalgia of it, just to hit that crackling on the needle. Even like some of the stuff on the satellite radio when they play it, you can just tell because it has that crackling in it. Like they're playing the actual little recording there.
Do you ever listen to Howard Stern?
I haven't listened to Stern in years, but I used to.
So Gary Diabonte, he loves like vinyl stuff. He has a huge collection or whatever, but he said it's by far the best way to listen to music is by vinyl. He said even like the CDs and everything nowadays, like you can tell it's like electronically or digitally
remastered
altered or whatever. Yeah. It's like, but the vinyl is like just so like pure or whatever. It's like and it sounds way better than all the electronic stuff. I'm like, yeah, maybe, I don't know. Maybe it does. I don't know if it does or not, but he swears.
I think the big difference is, like I said, like that crackling type feel you get sometimes, like almost like an authenticity to it.
Yeah,
when you're doing it on the vinyl.
Yeah.
But nowadays, with the equipment you have and the equalizers and all that kind of stuff, you can almost make it sound like all kinds of ways.
Right.
But just to sit back, put on some music, relax, chill. I can listen to music like more than anything, probably. So, but. Well, that being said, we're at 11:15. I guess we're going to get it wrapped up. I actually got to go to freaking eye doctor tomorrow. I forgot about that in the morning. So I'm just like, I didn't think about it, but I got an appointment. So since I moved to Baltimore, I had to get new doctors and stuff. So they set me up for an eye doctor. And I'm like, I got an appointment like at 9. And I'm like, shit, I didn't think about that. Like, if they dilate my eyes, I look at a computer all day. Somebody's going to call me. I'm going to be like, trying to fucking see the screen. I won't be able to see it because I have to sit. I'll be back here like sitting.
Yeah. You're like, you okay, right?
Yeah. I'll just be like, I just sit back where I can't see the damn screen and be like, yeah.
Why are you so far away? I don't know. Like, I can't see nothing.
Yeah, that's my fault there for that. But yeah.
They're like, why I got the Ray Charles glasses on?
Well, the good thing is that I'll be working at home, so nobody will be here. But it'll just be funny. Like, oh shit, are you gonna ask me that right now? Like trying to find this. So hopefully it won't be as bad because it'll be in the morning and it's a Friday, so hopefully it's a little bit slower of a day that I can get away with it. But yeah, I just thought about that. Like shit, my eyes might be dilated in the morning for a little bit.
No, it's always the opposite of what you hope for, or what it normally might be when you're like,
usually
it should be slow. Be like, no. Never.
Yeah, it's like, seriously, all you people are calling me right now. Why?
Yeah, right.
Why? Why so many people? My parents are boomers, and they worked hard and taught me respected others, the YouTube troll. Yeah, my mom, she's a boomer, so she was actually born like the day World War II ended. I think it was like August 14th or whatever, 25. Great time, great weekend. You too, Trez. Always great to have you on, my friend. Big Daddy said, night, y'all. You too, brother.
Hey, Big Daddy.
I'm going to actually probably do an unboxing video tomorrow, I think. I actually had a thing. I was thinking about doing it on the show tonight, but I'm going to do a separate video probably. I might do it live. But I think this is from, I know it's from Missouri, so I think it was the beer, two blondes that drink beer reached out and wanted to send me some stuff from Missouri. So I think
nice.
that's what's here. So I'm going to take a look at that probably tomorrow at some point. And then, next week is when I'll be back in Cincinnati for work, by the way. So,
okay.
So next Thursday night, there will not be a show next week because I'll be traveling. I'll be there from I got to go Tuesday, come back on Friday. So no show next week. And then be back the week after that.
So you should extend it for Saturday-ish. We come down and meet up with you.
Well, yeah. I got to go there
before, so
yeah. Well, I was trying to do something when I was there because Trez was trying to catch up with me too.
Yeah, I was gonna say we Trez
but it's they keep doing the agenda. They're like, well, we got you from this time to this time, and then we got a dinner here. Like this time we got a dinner here. I'm like, y'all got me every night we're doing shit. I thought there'd be some,
Yeah, I need some downtime. Go out and Jungle Gyms or something.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not getting any OT, so why am I going all these damn places? So, but yeah. So there'll be no show next week, just to give you guys a heads up. I was like, but you got to work next Friday. Next Friday, my free time to maybe do something a little bit. But my flight will be headed back here Friday night. Night Fools.
Off. Or I thought about it. I could have taken off.
Gilbert said vinyl is number one, but digital catching up. Keep on keeping on. Much love for the stream. Hope I can frequent more often. Take care, peeps. You too, Emerson.
See you, Emerson.
Always great having you swing by, my friend.
Absolutely.
And, so a couple weeks, we'll be back to do the next one. And then from that time on, I don't think there's anything offhand that I think where we won't have a show since we were off last week as well. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap this baby up. Thanks for everybody that tuned in, and always good having you all here. And hopefully you guys have a great weekend. And if I go live tomorrow, check it out if you're around. I'm not sure what time I'll do it. It might be tomorrow night, but that's why you hit that alarm bell so that you will be notified.
There you go.
Toss one back live at Jungle Jim's son. Now that would be a good time. Yeah.
Be sweet.
Getting that place. I'd be like, I'm gonna need an extra suitcase to take back home because I need all this stuff to go with me right now.
That though at the what was the liquor store there where when me, you, and Eric and Joe went at one time.
Party Source?
Party Source, yeah.
Yeah. That's actually 5 minutes from my office is, so I might try to make it over there to get some stuff. I got 2 free bags with Southwest. I only need really one, so I might bring an extra bag inside the one. And
just
if
because
I decide if I get stuff, now that I know you can check beer,
right,
I may pick up some stuff and then use that to come back.
There you go.
But
you can't go back to Cincinnati and not go to Jungle Gyms.
Yeah, you say that.
I know. Yeah, I know.
I'm trying not to go. I'm trying to get some of the beer out that I have now, and I try to buy some more so I can keep stuff a little bit more current since I'm now here and not really a full seller. But I got to get to these big Baptist beers at some point to start doing stuff with them. Start pulling those.
I never even got those because you moved too fast.
Yeah, I got 2 Game of Thrones that are left that I got to still go through. Mostly all my big 22 ounces are now Big Bad Baptist. I got a couple other ones that are in there that are a couple maybe overseas type stuff, but just trying to get that whittled down a little bit more.
Yeah. Those bombers they're hard to get through.
Yeah. But since I've been working out, I've been trying to taper off on some of the stuff I'm drinking. So that's going to take a little bit longer, which doesn't bother me because I have beers I can hold for a good amount of time for the most part. So that's actually affected my shopping now where I buy a lot more of the bigger beers where I can do that rather than stuff I have to drink right away.
Yeah. You need to Venmo you some money or something so you can give me some other half.
Oh, the other half stuff they got here? Yeah, I found so I got 3 stores now I found where they have other half. So they're making a presence down through this area. So yeah. I need to go pick up some of that at some point too. I feel like I don't have any IPAs really here right now. The last one I have, that session IPA, I did the review on last week, but I feel like going forward, like the IPA is going to probably be the other half that I pick up.
As well. I mean, why not?
Yeah, I mean, there's other IPAs here, but if I can get other half, who am I kidding? Why would I not go there and get that first?
We could get tired of it, then you're like, yeah, I got something else.
I mean, the fact that I can now get it in not just the pint cans, but I can also get it on draft as well, like in some of the Crowler cans. I'm like, yeah.
As you're shopping.
As I'm shopping. So, yeah. So, we'll see. But, yeah. But cool. We'll go ahead and wrap this up now for, I think, the third time, maybe fourth time.
Right. Yeah, I think so.
All right. Cheers, Emerson. Cheers, CB. CB, definitely stay safe, my friend. CB. And we're all hoping you get through everything okay and pull through that. It's a whole mess down there, we know. So definitely be careful and be safe. And we look to see you back again, my friend. All right. So that being said, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you, everybody that tuned in. See you guys back here for the show in a couple of weeks, but I'm sure I'll see you before that if I do some other stuff before I head out next week to Cincinnati.
Have a good weekend.
All right, y'all. Cheers.